more bearable, but then I'd have to listen to you make that goddamn noise for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I would have definitely embraced that.
Yeah, no, I know you would.
And I was this close to just porting Sim over, you know,
As I
arriving on Magic Carpet in the land of Maka.
I would allow it after a preemptive conversation about his behavior as a sacred space.
He would have desecrated every holy site he found.
I know, it wouldn't have worked. He would be allowed on like certain parts or on certain other islands. He'd just no.
The gods would be coming down and saying, "Not in my temple! No! Pull your
I
best."
love how all of us are just playing with the skull and crossbones.
I almost deleted it when I was going through the maps before, but I didn't. I had 2 copies of this map, and I was like, oh no, I should save this one. Because everyone's all invested in this. It's the nose that bugs me.
It adds atmosphere.
I don't know what atmosphere, but it definitely adds some. It adds something, yes. I do love that someone gave it a hearing. What cartilage that's pierced through. I mean, that's supposed to be like the zygomatic.
I mean, it has facial hair, and I just gave it a mohawk.
It has facial hair? Y'all's little videos are blocking half of my view of it. Where's the facial hair?
Or is it just the teeth? I don't know what the blue thing is.
I feel like that those are teeth. You have teeth like 2 rows.
Yeah, I thought
you only have the top half of the skull.
Yeah, I don't know what's the top. I figured those were teeth, and someone just accidentally got the square tool and was just like, never mind, fuck it, this is hair too. That's what I would have done. And I don't know who was what color anymore.
Well, unfortunately, me and Chester are using, and you are all using way too similar colors because we all decided to be purple.
I'll change.
I didn't decide nothing.
I'll change mine.
I don't care.
Actually, I know how to change it on the drawing tool, but not the.
So
You
click
just
on
click
the
on-
color next to your name.
Oh, look at that! It's popped right on up.
Like my soul. Yay!
Oh, dang it!
You match Becca. You have to pick again. She called dibs.
Well, it's funny because I almost hovered on the one that apparently Scott chose, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that one better. It's closer to my Forerunner."
So,
I chose lime green.
Damn it! Stop! Get out of my head. You're not Travis.
My tablet won't draw on the thing.
I know. I was having that. I was trying to also get my tablet too when I was uploading other maps the other day, and I wasn't for some reason responding. But now my whole tablet's busted. So who knows?
Oh no!
The charger just decided not to. If I press it and like tape it in a certain position, it'll hold a charge. But otherwise, it won't charge. So I just ordered a new one because they don't carry them anywhere on the island. And it'll get here maybe in a week.
Maybe by the time you leave Puerto Rico.
Maybe, yeah.
Has Stefan got his billet yet?
Oh, God, no. We won't know until the new year at the earliest. I'm not anticipating knowing until mid to late February.
That sucks.
Well, that's when we find out every year. I think that's just that rate. I don't know.
Well, the higher you get, the sooner you find things out.
Yeah. And also, if we were going overseas, we would know sooner. So I'm hoping to find out later.
Yeah, no news is good news if you're hoping for a shore, because they fill the cutters and the overseas ones first.
Yep.
And then they start attacking the people with priority.
And
But
then
they'll go through and do whatever it takes to fill those afloat units first.
fuck people over, send them to Puerto Rico. Okay. I didn't know what exactly you guys wanted to do in terms of exploring. So does anyone want to request a map or an area? I figured if we didn't have any ideas, we could just go back to maybe in between when you talked with Guy in the tavern to when you all got there, so people could explore and do stuff on the way there.
I can't like sneak around Guy's house and just pilfer things. Man.
No, I thought about that. I expected Terry was going to do that. Go to the kitchen, try and loot the food. That wouldn't have gone well. You know what, with the autonomous golems that patrol and everything's locked.
You could have had like a whole Be Our Guest moment down there with the talking silverware and plates.
That's in Sun Puppies. I don't want to be a copycat.
I would like to go back to the map because I can't quite remember where we are all at.
The Avicro map? This one? Oh, that doesn't show you guys. I keep forgetting the banner. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. This one?
I was thinking of the actual inn, but no, that wouldn't work.
Oh, yes. We can go back to the inn too. I
Because we
did
went
bother
to the inn.
finishing it, but of course that's where you want to go because that's the map I didn't finish.
But no,
But
I
we're
just,
here and not Guy's house.
Yeah, if we want to start from here, whatever. I have stuff, but all of my plot stuff, you can't have it yet.
yeah,
I need everyone here, and we have also just lost Harry.
yeah. He's gonna
He's
fade
going
in and
to
out. I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah. Dreamgaze is just kind of along for the ride. So, but she doesn't have much to do. But if anyone wants to go shopping or like, she will help out.
all right.
So, and again, I don't know what is story stuff and stuff is story. I don't want to do it, but I know Wiskava wants to see the person who took the dictation on these letters.
Yes.
Urdu. She would like to see Urdu.
Okay.
Also, so we were staying at Guy's house for a night before we set out, right?
That was the idea, yes.
Okay. Were you planning on picking up if we had everybody, were we going to pick up there or were we going to pick up in the morning when we head out?
You would pick up there, and ideally you would pick up then meeting Urdu.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. We will wait on that.
Okay.
We will wait on that.
I love her and I'm excited, but also she's really tied into Chris's character.
Got
which
it.
is part
Got
of the
it. Got it.
problem with him not being here. If it
Yeah.
wasn't, like, actually, if pretty much any of the others of you weren't here, we could do at least that part. But
Right.
Well,
Okay.
except
Okay.
Alaris is slightly tied into Urdu too.
yes, you haven't met in person, but that's why I'm like, that's a scene that you guys got to have before you leave.
Okay.
Okay.
So Alaris is interested in trying to see if she can do a really short job to get enough money to get studded leather armor instead of her leather armor.
Okay.
And I will say, Bassam, she would be actually like she wouldn't really scry, but she is going through her like divination stuff. And so if actually she would probably be scrying on Guy, like as soon as everyone kind of broke to like go to bed, like she's a paranoid.
That's fine. We can even do it. We can just say that scene where everybody leaves together and walks up. We can just say that doesn't happen, and the walk is normal, but Guy just like meets you there.
Okay.
So you could scry him now instead of having to wait till the end of the night, or
I think Bassam would definitely like kind of pull out. I'm trying to think of it. She'd make a ritual of it. I like she'd just cast divination. She wouldn't be doing it like she would be like she would start looking around for a chicken or like some like
something to the head and spill the blood, read the book.
Just be gross. Like
I got you. I've got. Do you want props?
Yeah,
I've got bones. I've got a hoof decomposing outside. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, you could probably even just stay in the meeting room upstairs at the inn, do that.
Yeah, she'll like order a live chicken, like as you guys depart.
Yeah,
and, like,
you know what? And the owner won't even blink.
Yeah,
just bring you the chicken in a bowl, big bowl. I mean, you're charged for it, but
yeah,
she won't care that you want it live. There's probably like a cage of them somewhere.
I'll catch up. And she'll spend the 10 minutes plus. I'm trying to think. I have to look up how long it actually take to cast divination because pretty much you always cast it as a ritual.
Sorry.
I believe it's 11 minutes.
How about the rest of you all? Auntie is setting that up. And excuse me putting the glasses on and off a lot. They're new. I'm trying to adjust to actually wearing glasses, but I can't do more than a few minutes before I start to get a headache, so I'm like learning.
That probably means the prescription is slightly off.
It's because I've never worn glasses ever. So it's actually the pinching on the side, even though they're super They have the bend out, so they're comfy, but I'm just not used to it. But these have the screen UV protection thing for the blue light, which they think will help with headaches for me since I spend so much time with them.
Okay.
But
cool. I hope they
Okay.
help.
worth a shot.
So it turns out I don't have Scry because that's a 4th level wizard spell. But I do cast Divination, and I will entreat the gods of can we trust this guy character?
Can we trust this guy? Sorry.
Yeah. It has to be answered truthfully, but you can answer in a cryptic rhyme or omen. That's just how the spell works.
I would have come up with an actual limerick for you. Let me know if you're going to do these in the future because I'll write something up.
Well, I forgot which spell I was casting, so I always get Divination and Scry mixed up.
How dare you do this to me? Okay, so what precisely are you asking?
I'm like,
How would you phrase it, or what?
So I can ask any question about any event that's going to happen in the next 7 days. So I am going to ask, is Guy leading us into a trap?
The gods answer that. So it's what they see or know.
It would be based upon my deity, which is the Fates. And then it would be basically, it would be because the gods aren't omniscient. It would be based upon what they see and know.
Is this the Fates, like the Greco-Roman idea of the Fates?
It's the Lord of Serpents, the Mother of Spiders, and the Raven Queen. It's the
fate that screwed us over in the last campaign.
Damn it!
It's those jerks.
Those assholes. Okay. So yeah, the Fates will tell you something cryptic to start with. Of course, the way is murky. It's cloudy. No one can ever really see or know these things. Not even us in our infinite wisdom.
Yeah, and at which point Bassam will roll her eyes at the
familiarity of the lecture, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you, Guy is as coming at.
Okay. At which point Dream Gaze will then go to the kitchen and fully pluck the turkey, throw it in the oven, and eat her dinner.
Okay.
So she's gonna take like an hour to catch up with everybody. But.
Okay. Just make herself a roast chicken.
Yeah.
The cooks look at you kind of weird. Like you don't trust us in our kitchen.
This is how I actually interpret Vivomancers. Is like they have their own way of doing things, but they have
their own rituals. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the chicken is really just her food. This is what she does. She casts this without the chicken. So,
I was gonna say it's using every part of the animal.
Yeah.
We're using every part of the reagents for this spell. That's fair.
She doesn't want food to go to waste. That would be disrespectful.
You can make charms out of the bones and sell those.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience. All right. So who else wants to do what? Alaris wanted to.
So I just realized with my background, I took glass blowing tools as a proficiency, and I actually have them. So is there somewhere in town that Alaris could go and actually see if they would allow her to use their forge?
Yes, there is.
Make something to sell or trade for a stud leather armor.
You would go here to the blacksmithing and metalworking quarter, which is on the kind of sort of northwestern, more just western. That side.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect place to go.
Yes.
All right, I will
How
go.
about Liskava and Arazu? Right? Arazu?
Oh, okay, so you said Guy has a bunch of wards, right?
Yes.
Like how many? Like a school's worth of wards, or?
No. I mean, over time maybe, but at this given moment, I mean, out of character, I'll just tell you he has 3 right now, quote unquote, living on his property. He has rooms for more and they come and go, but there are 3 that mainly are there.
Okay.
Like they operate their own lives and businesses off of.
Okay, so no young children.
No. The youngest would probably be Urdu, and she's very solidly considered an adult by Vaughn standards.
Okay. In that case, are there? Well, first of all, are there stables?
There would be stables. Well, so since the Riverside Inn, this quarter here, is where all the little inns and everything are. Riverside's just the largest. Some of these buildings around them are stables, but there would be separate stables in each quarter in every area.
But Guy doesn't have his own.
He would on his estate. Like I said, the map is scaled wrong, but
Right. That's what I was asking, if he has stables.
he would have his own stables. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were asking about the town.
Okay.
He would have-
And would he have room for in those stables for Florian?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So Wiskava is gonna go find just like little kids, and she's gonna go pick some flowers, and she's gonna find like kids that are hanging around, and she's going to enlist them to help her decorate Florian with flowers.
You would have the best luck then here in the farming quarter kind of area. That's where a lot of the kids will probably be schooled, and where most of the long-term locals will live. Also, grassland with flowers. So you did.
Okay. Well, in that case, she'll take Florian there. I mean, if they're in there, we got the farming court.
Yeah, you're right.
She'll just walk.
Yeah, Florian could just graze. No one will mind.
And just in case I don't remember if I actually said in the last game, I talked about him, but Florian is a full-on huge, 3,000-pound water buffalo.
Which are
Florian. I don't remember there being a water buffalo.
No, I don't think I
water buffalo. Yeah, it didn't come up. I wasn't going to say anything because no one asked why your horse's little picture looked weird. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say nothing.
Well, we've gotten to a point where we can't always trust the artwork that we have on here.
You
Substitute
can
tokens
trust
and all
your
that.
own icons that you supply. All my stuff's POW. It's done. All my stuff's done. Shut up. Okay. I heard you roll your eyes as soon as I said POW because you're a jerk. Yeah, so Florian is a water buffalo. They are native, and so are feral hogs, the big ones. That
Okay.
could also be used as steeds if you were of a small enough size, but I think Wiskava was a little too big, right, for a feral hog?
Yeah, she's like WNBA, like 6'7",
Dreamboat.
7 foot in heels.
Because, yeah. You're just
Stilettos,
because you're
daggers.
that shiny.
Shiny.
Oh, she's not actually that shiny, but her armor's pretty dark. But yeah,
That loud. How about that?
Sure. yeah. Well, they're not really heels, but they are definitely platforms because when you're 6'7", you might as well go for 7 feet.
Why not? Why
Yeah.
not? Wait, if she's 6'7" and she wants 7 feet, they're 5 foot platforms.
5-inch
Does
platform.
she also wear trip pants? What's happening? I really actually kind of love that image I have in my head now of top half paladin, bottom half like scene raver. It's bad.
Especially with all the feathers.
No, flowers, not feathers.
Flowers.
She's covered in flowers.
Yeah.
Arazu, what do you want to do?
Well, since Arazu's bestie is presently preoccupied not being here tonight, I'm guessing that Arazu is the sort who's probably, given spare time, just going to wander around town and at every corner flip a coin and go whichever way the coin leads.
Okay.
Like heads left, tails right, and just wander around and experience whatever fate decides to drop in his lap. Because, he did all of his shopping before the game started. And, yeah.
Okay, so then we'll go to Laris.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can head over to the blacksmithing and metalworking quarter. Chester, how about if anything described and what other people are doing interests you, we can just say that's where you show up. Otherwise, then I will randomly pick an area for you to end up.
I will say while I'm divining, this isn't exactly in the rules, but just to kind of speed things along, Dreamgaze will go ahead and ritual cast see invisibility because she's pretty sure Arizu is around, but
She learned a lesson last time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Arizu's not invisible though.
Only in dark vision.
oh, okay.
So if I'm in darkness, you can see me if you're not using dark vision. But if you're using dark vision, you can't see me.
Okay, then
Yeah.
You okay?
Yay for Gloom Stalker Rangers or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Emo boys.
Dark vision's not a mode. You always have both visions going, right?
No, actually, Gloomstalker Ranger, the way it's worded is that you are invisible to dark vision.
Right.
Right. So you would have regular vision as long as you had
Yeah.
it was in low light. You would still
Yeah.
be able to see him.
Yeah. That's, I think the idea is just that you kind of disappear as soon as it starts getting dark enough.
Mm-hmm. It's really weirdly worded. Basically, it makes it so everyone has to carry a torch around to see you.
Right. It just means you don't get any benefit on dark vision.
Yeah.
Is all. Yeah.
You okay? So yeah.
But I can also turn invisible if it makes you feel better.
No, if she's seen you, she's for whatever reason. I was remembering that we couldn't see you initially, but
Yeah,
You-
that was just because
but like Auntie would actually have no idea that you're invisible because she's human. She doesn't have dark vision, so she has no idea about this effect.
Yeah. I mean, I can turn invisible if it makes you feel better, because Shadow Monk or Way of Shadows Monk, but
The emo is the emo boys. All right.
Yeah.
Alaris,
Yes.
you.
All right, so I'm gonna head to the blacksmithing and metalworking quarter, and I'm gonna try to find a glass blowing forge.
Okay.
And once I find said forge, I am going to talk to the person in charge and see if I can work out a deal to utilize their equipment to make, I believe, a gorgeous glass wine set. Because
Okay.
that normally is really hard to make, as well as would probably sell quite well.
Okay.
But before I hit there, since there is blacksmithing, I'll see if any of the blacksmiths could do a kind of like studded leather armor, but utilizing black scorpion carapace.
Okay. Do you have that on you?
I do not, but I want to find out if they are even able to work with the material if I can find it.
Okay. Tell me what you were thinking, sir, so I'm not Googling everything on the side really
Okay,
quick.
so black scorpion armor, it actually is poisonous armor. So only someone that is immune to poison can wear it. Otherwise, it does, I think,
Here, I'll get the game rules for it. Give me a second.
ridiculous amount of damage to you.
Okay.
It also grants +5 to initiative.
Oh, okay.
But outside of that, depending on what armor it's made out of, it is like the regular stats for that armor. It's not like a +1 armor or anything. Like
Yeah. So it would essentially just be studded armor that if someone were to brush against the studs, they would get poisoned? Oh, good.
No, if they were to actually put it on, it would poison them.
This is I
Is it
just
like-
posted the entire stat thing. It is long. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm basically just, so this is like wearing an Iron Maiden where when you put it on, it stabs into you.
The idea is it's pretty
It's a
much
Yanti thing.
yeah.
And so no one else can use their magic armor.
Yeah.
It's considered a cursed item for anyone that isn't basically.
No, well, it's a cursed item for you too, but
But the negative effects will hit anyone else stronger. But so anyone who, so if anyone else in the party then tried to put it on and weren't immune to poison,
they would take 100 points of poison damage.
Yep. 10d10 plus 45 poison damage on a failed save.
And they would also take that damage when they tried to remove it too.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, let's say that's a thing.
Yeah.
This sounds interesting. And Terry's not here. So let's say that as you're passing through this quarter and you're seeing various people working on different projects and their different kilns and everything, everyone looks pretty focused until you get to essentially a big co-op where there are a few sets of, forges, kilns. There's a few things of basically stations, including, you see in the corner, there are a few blowholes for blowing glass where you can heat it. They've got the quenchers nearby for the oils and everything. You're good to go. You just have to ask.
Okay.
There'll probably be a couple of people working on various projects, but they're nowhere near the glass blowing. And there would be a blacksmith, an older dwarf, hanging out a little further towards the back, who clearly looks a little more in charge. We'll just pretend.
All right. I will go back to that dwarf that looks like they are in charge in the back. I think it's afternoon still, right?
Yeah. We'll say it's early mid-afternoon.
Good afternoon. Who are you who I need to speak with about arranging the use of the glass holes?
They actually are called blowholes.
Technically, they're called glory holes, but
Glory holes, but you blow into the glory hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was there's a competition about it that I watched. Yeah. That was really fun. So I can't do accents, even though I wrote it in accent, which now I regret deeply. I wrote little intros for a lot of people, and I'm not going to try. The older dwarf stands up or leans up from where she was working and greets you. She introduces herself as Nico and tells you that this is her smithy. So she Nasni. Oh, yes. Alaris is snaky. Nico is a dwarf. Her hair, including her beard, are tied back in serviceable, well-kept, oiled braids that seem designed to draw your eye to the coloration. Glorious, full red, shot through with streaks of silver, mithril kind of color, covered in ash and dirt and everything else that you get covered in working in any kind of metalsmithing area. And yeah, she stands up from the anvil that she's working at and greets you. Because this is my smithy.
Well, it's a lovely smithy. I have this project in mind that I've been wanting to do for a while, but while I have my main glass blowing tools, I of course can't carry a forge around with me. Or a glory whore.
A glory whore? Wow.
So you sound like Sims kind of people.
Those are the more expensive ones.
I was hoping to make a deal with you where I could go ahead and attempt to make my wine glass set and decanter. I am hoping to either be able to trade it in or sell it to be able to get some scorpion armor.
If the skill level of what you produce is high enough, I'll buy it from you and sell it here myself. Do you have your own... I forget the proper term for it, sorry. The supplies that you would turn into the glass as you blow. I forget the actual term for the sand, but that. Do you have that with you, or do you need that?
So, to start off with, I should have enough to do it, but after this project, I'm going to have to buy more.
Okay.
So, yes, I have what I need.
All right. Have at it.
All right. Do you want a dexterity glass blowing check?
Yeah.
All right.
I was trying to decide what else it would be, but yeah.
It could also be Constitution because, blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you need an assistant? Oh, well, you're fine.
So, Alaris actually does not need an assistant because she uses Mage Hand to do the parts that an assistant normally would.
Oh. When Nico sees you doing that, she comments like, that's handy.
That's not suggestive at all.
Yeah, this just keeps getting worse and worse. I did not think through this.
It's really hard to do glass blowing without it coming out dirty.
Yeah, well, I mean, and also what you can't do with your mouth, you have to do with your hands. So she's just using an extra hand for that without being another full person.
Well, she's doing that. At some point, I would say Auntie will, and as Auntie Dreamgaze, not as Bassam, will wander over to his stables and will see about the various creatures she could hire to help her in her old lady form to make her way through the jungle.
So you're wanting to like rent a steed
Or
or
buy a steed. Like she's not
Okay.
particular, but she's gonna be looking for something suitably witchy. That's but
ooh, wait. I had an idea. Where's my notes? I had ideas for this. Yes, okay. Where would it? I didn't think about that though. Shit. So I'm going to imagine that you just go to the nearest stable, which would be there in this kind of temporary housing quarter, and they would direct you fittingly to the magic quarter, which is directly north.
Okay.
And
as long as it doesn't cost much, this woman is a frugal old lady.
Right.
Sure. They're used to weirdness. They're just kind of like, okay, just that way if you want something befitting. And they would direct you probably to an alchemist's shop that she would have a few creatures that might be able to move a little more easily through the forests, because a lot of people would probably be looking for more water-bound creatures that they could use as steeds living on the river. So, yeah, things there. What's happening? Chester, not quarter as in quarters, but quarter as in section of a city.
I am not. Whoa.
No, I was the one.
Well,
saying
that was
that,
you.
actually.
Sorry.
It wasn't me. Rude.
To be fair, if anyone sasses me, just in general, it's you.
And Sarah had the thought,
This is
but
the
I was
one
allowing it.
time someone else sassed me.
And I was allowing it. I was sitting here just ignoring my OCD, saying, let her have this one. And I got yelled at anyway.
Way more than 4 quarters. I just put the word on 4 of them, 5 of them. There's 6, 7, 8, 9 at least, and I didn't bother labeling the others.
That's at least $2.
Picky bitches, God. This is what I get for making my own shit. I'll show you.
It's all good.
Now I have to remake the map.
No,
It's all good.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to remake it and guilt you now. So you did magic quarter. Okay, so who's doing what now?
I'm going to the Magic District.
Thank you. Okay. So
And yeah, I'm just looking for something to aid my transportation, and since I'm in the Magic District, also maybe help with the whole not being able to see in the dark thing. But my primary goal is to not slow down the group.
okay. The first place that they would direct you would probably be to the alchemist. That she usually has weird shit. So they would direct you to her shop, and really easy to find because it's probably right on the corner there before the street. Not next to the water, but probably over here. So easy enough to get there. And I didn't quite explain the way a lot of these buildings are designed. They're built really, really close to one another in that more like old Italian way where they're built up really, really close, almost as if they're leaning on one another. So there isn't a lot of, we'll say, space in front of the buildings. All of the storage and display and those kinds of things are in the back, which would be kind of inter-alley areas. Okay. So that's why a lot of these will have, you'll see sections where it builds like around, and then you'll have a kind of courtyard. Actually, that's more French than Italian. But it's that kind of situation. So to get to the stables that are in the back, the easiest way would be through the shop.
Okay.
So go through that way.
Okay. Yeah. She'll wait, and as she makes her way through the shop, she'll kind of like glance at the wares, especially because they are an alchemist, and so it's more of a professional courtesy type thing. She's not really shopping, but she's, I mean, witch doctor, alchemist, kind of in the same vein of
window shopping.
Yeah.
Just what's there.
More like assessing the competition, but
fair, that too. The alchemist is half orc. She's about 6 feet tall, jet black hair, more of a dusty green skin. Tusks come out from the lower lip, curving up and out. So think more Oni than like boar. She has a golden band of runes that she's wearing on a wrist that you can't make out because you're just passing through. You're not close enough. She's behind the counter. Wearing a gray set of robes, decorated along the cuffs with black and white thread that look from a distance like little characters. And just she looks up at you and nods as you pass through.
Just shopping through, ma'am. You wouldn't have something to help an old lady with her bad knees, something to carry her along a little bit more swiftly now, do you, honey?
She'll raise an eyebrow at you and go, through where?
Through the jungle. I ain't exactly sure where we're going, but some of my kin are taking me on a bit of an adventure, it sounds like.
And a horse wouldn't do?
Oh, horses are bad on the back. The lumbago, you know, like it just bounces you around just a bit too much.
She just says, I may have something. And she'll stand up, gesture the sign on the door saying that it's open, flips shut, and locks. And she leads you out through the back way.
Okay.
No one else is in the store. So out in the back are fairly typical purchasing stables. There's one horse that just clearly seems like it's hers. It's not very clean. It's just kind of hanging out. She's not presenting it for sale. That's hers. Beyond that, there is another horse. You can see a boar that's still a baby. Definitely not old enough for you. It would be an investment for someone else for the future to train up. And then she brings you around to a pen that is more caged in with what can only be described as chicken wire. And sure enough, inside are giant birds.
Now this is just lovely. This is just what I was looking at. When you say giant birds, are you talking like ostrich size at this point?
I'm talking ostrich, emu sized, but they do not have that very specific, powerful looking form. A few of them just look like massive roosters, and a couple of them are just really big chickens but longer legs.
I was just like, and they don't bounce around too much. Like it's not gonna hurt my back.
Nah, soft as a feather. Here, she'll gesture, and one particularly fluffy one hops on over, and she affixes what looks like I forget the name of the proper saddles too. Should have researched all this first. It is a leather saddle, but it's very, very clearly only ever going to work on this particular creature. You couldn't put it on a horse.
Okay.
There's no pommel or anything. It's just a leather seat that she puts around it.
She's like, if you don't mind, dear, and she's like gonna like indicate to help her get up on the saddle.
Yeah, she with one arm really easily helps boost you up. I mean, again.
And then I do a test drive on the chicken.
It is a little weird to actually give me either animal handling or animal handling first. I just want to see something.
Okay.
Also, yes, Baba Yaga, near and dear to my heart. I love the idea of a house with chicken feet.
12.
Okay, so
actually, I should have done this before. I technically hadn't used my other channel, my other divinity roll, so I'll actually make that 3 a 13. So that would be a 22. So that's my other one.
So you want to use that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have done that before. So
no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't care. So you don't have any problem whatsoever steering the chicken. It's a surprisingly smooth ride. It's kind of how, if you pick up a chicken and move it around, how its head stays scopically in one spot.
Mhm.
It almost feels like that's what's happening to you as you sit. Its legs like a swan moving crazy underwater, but above water calm. So
Okay.
you're really comfortable. It's weird to get used to looking around the shape of its head and plumage
Mhm.
instead of a horse. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Bassam, I'll take it. How much?
how much is a normal horse? It would be
Riding horse is 50 gold.
okay. It'd be 50 gold.
Okay, she takes that 50 gold. Here you go, honey. I'll just ride her out. That's fine. What's her name? Or am I on the rooster or on the chicken?
Oh, you were on a chicken.
Okay. What's her name?
I didn't think of names for them. You can name her.
Okay. I'm like, I'll consult the spirits and we'll be able to give her a good name.
Unless I think of something really good later.
Or I think of something.
The colonel. No, that's
Are
bad.
you, are you going to have to chop her up to consult the spirits?
No, her name is
No.
Katsu.
What? Katsu? Yeah.
Katsu. Her name is Katsu.
Okay.
I just decided. Okay, so this is Katsu, and now I've just decided she's not just white. She's white front kind of center, but the edges of her wings and tail have a kind of tan, brown, orangish color to
Pride
them.
look.
Almost like a friend Katsu.
Oh, Katsu. I'm Auntie Deringays. Some people call me Bassam. We're gonna be fastest of friends. Now, giddy up, I guess, and then we'll head out.
Kind of, it makes that little bird chirping noise at the giddy up and like twists its head around to look at you, but then just goes like, really, giddy up.
Mhm. Oh, I guess 75 gold, not okay.
Ah, thank you.
Sorry, I tried to PM it. The other half went. Draft horses are 50. Riding horses are 75.
Okay,
So
I still
Okay.
have the gold.
So it'll be 75. We could say that it's 50 for the chicken and 25 for that really weird saddle.
Okay.
They're special too.
I'm happy with my giant chicken, so.
I'm very happy that I got to give someone a giant chicken. I'm like, oh, it's like Hawaii. There's just chickens everywhere. So okay.
For my glass working, I rolled a 27 earlier.
Yes, and you do beautifully. Do you have an idea of what this set looks like? Do you want to describe it?
I do. So each of the wine glasses, it's a set of 4 with a decanter. Each of the wine glasses has little like hearts at the base of the actual cup that is out of like frosted glass, while the top section is actually kind of a rose pink swirling looking glass and has a nice long stem and a foot for each of the 4 glasses. And the decanter itself is large bowl on the bottom that swoops up again with the frosted glass towards the center section, detailing out like ivy, except each of the leaves is a little frosted heart.
Oh, okay. It's absolutely stunning. She's more than happy to sell that for you. It'll probably go pretty quick to a tourist. This is the kind of shop that anytime the tourists come by, like, oh, go to the art district and get the local made. It's one of those things. So it'll go fast to some rich tourist who's here.
The local made tchotchkes that are made in Taiwan.
Yes. See, you say tchotchkes too. I keep being told that that's not a real word. I'm like, I know it's. Thank you, tchotchkes. Anyway, I get lectured on. It's a real word. God damn it.
Yes.
I think you have to grow up near tourist traps in order to understand the word tchotchke.
But Steph says he makes fun of me because he never heard either. He grew up in Hawaii too.
Okay, well, in the Southwest, at least Nevada and Colorado, that
Okay,
is
it's more common.
Well, it's got to be like Slavic too, right? Because it's spelled with a T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's spelled with T's and K's all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tchotchkes. I think it's Polish. Now that you've said
I just knew the word from Estes Park because that entire city is based upon crappy made in Taiwan tchotchkes.
I just know because my mom always said tchotchkes. She's like, "Oh, put your tchotchkes away. They're making a mess." I'm like, "Oh, okay, put the tchotchkes away." Okay, I'll take it though. Yes. So yeah, she's more than happy to pay you accordingly for that, but she also knows another blacksmith nearby, because of course they all know each other, who would have the materials that you would need, the Black Scorpion.
Okay, well, for Nico and Alaris is totally willing to, if Nico's willing to assist with the barter, like, have Nico sell this and keep it. Alaris knows that what she just made should be around the cost of the armor she's thinking.
Convenient.
So
I'll take it.
nice easy swap, and then she can sell her old leather once she gets the setted, which if I remember right, it's half cost to get that. So I'm good. I will update my inventory. Thank you very much.
Yes, sure thing.
And at some point after I get the chicken, Bassam will wander around until she runs into Alaris, Arazu, or Wizkava, who's ever nearest.
Do you want to roll a d3 to find out? Because Arazu is literally flipping a coin, and Alaris and Wizkava are equidistant from where you are in the Magic Quarter.
2.
Wait, no, I didn't get to pick who was what number first. Hold on.
Okay.
You have
I
to
will re-roll the D3.
Unless someone has something else they want to do that would...
Well, so after Wizkava does that, she does need to head to the blacksmithing and metalworking quarter. She does have something she needs to buy.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do that first? And then Auntie can meet you guys there?
That might be easier because I might get everyone into the same thing. But where did Arazu end up?
He hasn't commented that he wants to go anywhere yet, so give me a second to pick numbers. Okay.
He's experiencing life. Life doesn't need a plan.
Is there anything in particular he want him to experience right now, or do you want to roll a dice because I've got numbers now?
What kind of dice would you like me to roll?
D8. Guess who also ends up in the blacksmithing quarter? You're between the tanning and processing here, which, by the way, is a nice way to say it's in between the butchers drop off everything else. So you've got taxidermy, you've got jerky, you've got leather. It stinks. It is not a pleasant smelling section.
That managed to end up being in the middle of the city. Like, I imagine everybody goes long ways around just.
That was on purpose. Yes. That's why I put it next to the legal, political, rich people area.
Yeah, that was intentional from them. It was like they had to smell our shit.
Yeah.
Oh, they're right next to the fishing quarter too. Like, wow, that's a horrible place.
Yep, that's the stinkiest section of this city. The naval people don't mind because they just leave. They just get in the boats and leave. And they're like, smell what? Smell salt water. Or fresh
Can't decide what's worse, the smell of men underway or the smell of town.
Why pick when you can have both? So, Wizkava, what do you need in the metalworking section?
So I actually need to get some rings made.
Okay.
But if anyone's going to notice her while she's walking to the metalworking, she's walking next to a very, very pretty water buffalo right now, who is walking very, very trepidatiously and slow. And she's like whispering into his ear, it's going to be okay. Yeah, it's going to hurt, but this is going to make it much better. You're going to be much stronger afterwards. Come on, you're a big boy. You can do this.
I thought he was walking really slow to not knock the flowers loose. She's like, walk really delicate. Don't not get loose. Half of it, by the way, is flowers, and half of it is like discarded chaff from the wheat. So it's like woven in these like braids that are decorated with the flowers throughout, and it'll be a pain to clear out later if that's what you ever want to do, but
yeah,
it's very pretty.
Or I can just unsummon them and all fall to the floor.
That too. Okay. So what specific kind of rings? I mean, yeah, piercings. But
Yeah.
What specific rings
Yeah,
are?
I got to get him a piercing. So what I need to do is get 3 platinum rings,
Okay.
all worth 50 gold each. But I need to get them in 3 different sizes. I need one that is like a typical small, like either like a large ring for a typical woman, a small ring for a typical man. I need it to like fit a wide variety of people.
Okay. Just
Then she needs one slightly larger for herself because she's got big hands. And then she needs one that's even bigger that is got a split that's tapered down.
one of the split piercings that can go through, but you just kind of twist it.
Well, yeah. Well, she needs one that's going to be an earring.
Yeah.
2 of them are rings. One is a big earring for a water buffalo.
Okay. Are these just because matching's cute, or is this?
No, it's actually a spell component
Okay,
for a very important spell.
that's more what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Whether
Oh, I get it. You're
Yeah.
good at casting. Okay, I know what spell.
what's
Yeah.
it for? If you tell me that, might
No,
help.
it's for warding bond,
Yeah.
which is really good for keeping a animal companion alive.
Yes,
But
I'm already
the
looking for it.
the component involves 2 platinum rings, that a matching set that you have to wear the entire time.
Yeah.
So he's got to have a way to wear it.
Okay.
And then I want the smaller one so I can cast it on somebody else if I have to.
Right. Back up. Is this something that you would be able to cast the spell and set that up yourself? Do you have that ability?
I don't know what you mean.
So you get the rings, right?
Yeah, I can cast the
They're just
spell. I
normal
just
action.
don't have the rings to do
Oh,
it
okay.
yet.
I was trying to determine if you would be sent to the magic quarter or not. But if what
No,
you're
the spell, the rings are just platinum rings. They're just
Yeah.
spell components.
then no, you're fine.
Yeah.
I've never used the spell, so that's why I'm asking. So yeah, no, you would be able to find that literally in any of the smithies. They all kind of work from the same chunk of material. So it would just be whatever shop interested you most.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I mean if she can find that at a jewelry shop, but the one that's large, she figured it might be easier just to get it actually hammered out and made.
You would be able to find the fitted ring for yourself and the smaller one. You know, those you could buy. It may be a little weird for them to try and find one your size that's also comfortable and not just those enormous bulky pieces of garbage.
Right.
Super Bowl ring. You have a Super Bowl.
Yeah, one of those. But yeah, once you get those, you can just ask them to make it for you. And since you're not, I imagine, wanting it to be particularly decorative or ostentatious, it's basically a link that they just leave split. That's real easy to make.
Okay. And then I need to buy a like a piercing awl.
I would recommend.
I mean, at some point, I would imagine at least my character. I imagine
someone would have
Arizu
wandered
would notice the ox that was walking through covered
Yeah.
in flowers.
This
I may even come over and request a
Children's-
commission too. You never know.
it looks like what you would think a water buffalo would look like if you told a kid, what would this thing look like made of flowers? And that's it. Most of what you see is vegetation and not fur. Or there's just a mound. It's like a hedge walking around that happens to have hooves and a face.
He
I would
just
point
got
out-
back from the Rose Bowl.
And yeah, and Auntie on her giant chicken will be like, "Oh, Katsu, you don't see that every day now, do you, Katsu? Oh, I think I know that person."
And Arizu's inspection of this water buffalo is like pure on olfactory, like going around the entire thing, like getting up close and personal with all the textures that he can possibly view, anything he can smell. He's giving your water buffalo a full inspection.
I'm familiar with that water buffalo.
And Arizu will respond, "Indeed, olfactory members tend to trigger the best and go for good coin."
The smells that you're experiencing, for the most part, are familiar in terms of the plants themselves. The combinations are not, because a lot of these flowers, with Wiskava's abilities to just summon them, don't usually bloom at the same place at the same time. It'll be like a spring and a summer, or a fall and a spring. But you have that now. They're all there together. And you probably wouldn't have smelt water buffalo before. Certainly not one covered in flowers. So that is
New
also
experiences.
yeah.
He still does smell like a water buffalo. Though.
Yeah, no, he definitely still smells like a water buffalo. Just one that someone sprayed perfume on and just kind of then went, and dumped the bottle.
Yeah, Auntie is just going to like watch Arizu sniff the water buffalo.
He is, by the way, all up in it. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
like, and she's just like, Arizu, I don't think you should sniff. Never mind.
It's okay. I'm scared too. I don't know what he's doing.
You know, if we
Scott,
ever need to have the scent of your good animal friend here to
no
track.
friendly
I've got it.
with your companion there.
I'm sorry.
You're okay
What was
with that?
With him sniffing the water buffalo?
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know.
Should I not be?
Where I come from, we have words for people like that.
no kink shaming in Beckett. If the smell of water buffalo does it for him, you
She takes a moment and she puts her hand to her forehead. You know, Florian doesn't mind.
Yep.
So I don't mind.
It might
All
just
right,
be
to each
the
their own.
rest of there. But
At which point, Auntie will take off her hat. And well, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I like the chicken. Actually, is that pretty normal? Like people riding around chickens?
no, it's kind of weird.
Then
I mean,
Eric
it's
is probably
not-
going to go over and get in on that business.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably next, but
At which point, I don't have a telepathic link to my chicken. Stay the fuck away. I don't know what
it kind of fluffs up in that way that like indignant birds do. That kind of like, oh. But it's a bird and it's carrying a living person. It can't really do much to other than shuffle out of the way a bit.
But Tom will be like, I don't know if you understand me, Katsu, but if you feel like scratching his face off, have at it.
Animal handling. And I don't know what Irazu would do in response to that. If he's going to continue trying to sniff, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
are you just nothing, just nosing it, just
Like, I mean, he's going visual, olfactory, like all
Yeah.
senses. Like he's just getting the full exposure experience to what this new animal is.
Okay. So the chicken definitely seems to understand dream gaze, which is weird, or Basam, right? In this
Yeah.
form.
Yeah, and
Understand Basam kind of does that thing where it looks back at you and kind of like ruffles and just watches and leans away from Irazu, but doesn't physically move or walk away or anything. So Irazu, you get a good sniff. It's a real big chicken, and that's pretty much all you get.
I'll actually look at Basam then and be like, this one might actually make a good meal if push comes to shove. And then he'll-
Which one Basam's like, no, absolutely not.
It makes a chirping noise and like dances in place and then hops a little further away.
it likes that idea.
Which one Basam will actually hop off the saddle. Like, so what y'all? So what are you doing? What you guys up to?
That done, Arizu's going to walk over to where Wiskava's getting her commissioned rings and make inquiries about getting a silver knuckle duster.
You did that because you knew I'd say yes, you bastard.
Sorry, what is a knuckle duster?
Knuckle
This is
dusters are
Scott asking.
essentially
Like brass knuckles.
they're like brass knuckles, but for the most part, they're typically separate pieces. They can link together, but for a lot of it, it's these giant braces that go over your individual knuckles.
Oh,
Yeah. But I'm looking for one made out of silver
Um,
to expand my capabilities.
that they probably wouldn't have on hand. They'd have other materials. They would try to guide you towards like do you want this platinum set? Like there's this gold one if it's just for the aesthetic and you don't want it to function. So yeah,
I'm looking for iron and or silver.
iron would probably be easier for them to do than silver. But that would also be a commissioned piece. That wouldn't be something they just happen to have.
That's fine. I've got time. I can come back later.
Okay, yeah, then they would be able to do that. Ask for a
One
down
of each.
payment because it's a weird one. And if you
We'll go ahead and engrave those hopes and prayers.
But that doesn't fit. Hope it have to be hope and pray. I'll let you do
Sure.
hope and pray. Okay. So you've got 2 sets. Do you want one in silver and one in iron?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hope is silver, pray is iron.
I've been wanting to do that, and I have a character that can benefit. So yes, that's what we're going to aim for.
All right. I'm gonna make you guys in charge of figuring out the costs for things right now because I didn't anticipate a shopping trip. So I don't have numbers. If you could just find out maybe by weight just how much that would be, or if there's
I mean, a pair of. So, assuming that they're
Brass knuckles is in the.
yeah.
I heard that, I'm
So
pretty sure.
it's essentially brass knuckles, but split into pieces, so it wouldn't be that
I
difficult.
mean, it can be one piece. I don't care. I just didn't want to say I want a silver brass knuckle. So I just
Yeah, I hate saying that too. Like I've got PVC brass knuckles. Like it just sounds
right. That's just silly.
Okay, so if they're just standard brass knuckles, you just change the price to fit the material, and you're good for silver.
I'll
I don't
figure
think
it out.
brass knuckles are actually in the player's handbook. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I really for sure used to be, but that may have been in.
But but they got rid of a lot of
I know. That's why I'm thinking.
redundant weapons.
Oh, I had a monk that had fisticuffs. I want to do that again.
Apparently, they're considered simple weapons, and for the standard homebrew price is like 5 silver. So so it would be like 1 gold probably.
Yeah.
If you're making them out of silver, and then probably 5 silver if you're making it out of iron.
Yeah, you're good. So there you go.
Okay.
And for Wiskava, you were discussing a piercing kit.
Mhm.
See, it's not like now where you could just go to Walmart and buy one. I'm trying to imagine.
Right. Well, this isn't going to be like a piercing gun anyway. It's going to be an awl that she's going to have to heat up and right through the ear.
I mean, like, Auntie would have like knitting needles, but I don't think that would be a big enough hole.
Alaris's glass blowing tools actually would work perfect for what you're thinking.
Probably because you would have at least one of the spikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, the amount of time Alaris would have been spending with the glass blowing, if Wiskava had seen Alaris, she would have seen her working with some of those tools that would work. But other than that, Alaris would take 3 to 5 hours to make the wine set. So
Yeah.
my timeline, I'm probably still there while you guys are doing this.
Yeah. While this is happening, I imagine you're probably in the middle of your project.
Mhm.
You're probably 3 or 4 hours in.
I do, however, want to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I just want in Giant Chicken say, it's okay to give this one a hard time.
Who's this one?
Andy Dreamgaze.
I get to be Katsu. Yes. Okay. I forget. Do they get to speak back in?
Yeah, that's what speak with
Yes, they're
animals.
they're really stupid, and it's a chicken, so it's probably really stupid.
Okay, so
Technically, like speak
Wait.
with animals, like they don't.
Haven't-
Wiskava now understands chicken.
yeah.
Is
Okay.
basically how it works.
So it's not that you just spoke in clucks.
No, she did.
It is. Okay. So she spoke in clucks, and Katsu looks at you like, and it takes a solid few seconds to seem to, process, and then it goes.
I'm not saying you should. Just if you want to, I'll make sure you still get fed.
And it perks up. That's it. It's chicken. I want to be sassy, but it's a chicken. They don't strike me as sassy creatures. They kind of just eat shit. That's like their thing. So yeah,
But Sam will give you a knowing glare.
you
that
get
You
the,
made You made a good choice.
with Kava, you get the sense that Katsu appreciates food. So
Yeah.
so she appreciates you saying that. But yeah, again, that's I think the limit of complexity that chicken currently has.
Are you threatening my chicken?
Not at all. Just saying it was going to get food.
No, of
You
course
know,
it's gonna get
it's
food.
probably scared. I mean, you just took possession. It can be traumatic for these birds.
It starts pecking at the ground like it thinks there's food there.
Uh,
That distracted bird thing that
Yeah.
Auntie Dream Gaze will grab out. She's like, "Oh crap! That reminds me. I need to go to the farming quarter." And then we're like, remind me on her way. I need to pick up a. She's gonna do like a once over of this. I don't know, 40 pounds of chicken feed.
doesn't respond.
That was more of a like directed at Wiskava and Arizu.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Like, this thing is probably, assuming it's horse weight, you know.
It's definitely not as like actually per unit as heavy as a horse because it would have to be a lot bigger than it is.
I will cluck in it and I'll ask, how much do you eat?
You're asking the chicken.
I'm asking the chicken how much the chicken eats.
Katsu lets out a sound that just sounds like food. Eat. Yes. Food.
Oh, at least. You might as well make it 80 pounds.
Okay. No, that's
You're
fair.
not going to make me actually do the fucking math for what a bird of that size. How much does a... Hold on. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, so a chicken eats a 1/4 pound of feed a day.
Uh-huh.
A
This
standard.
is probably weigh 80 times the mass of a at the
would
very least.
Your chicken probably just chilling would do like 5 to 7, and if it's moving and carrying you, somewhere between 10 and 15.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna buy a shit ton.
Yeah, just
Chickens will eat anything.
oh,
My neighbors have chickens,
chickens
and
are chickens.
I was walking down the alley and they were eating KFC. It was really scary and gross.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chickens will kill each other. You may, out of character, want to get the red tinted glasses. You would probably have to ask Guy for that, but you may want something like that because otherwise the chicken will see
Well,
blood.
technically, this entire time, Auntie has been eating like grilled chicken while on top of
It's probably tried to peck it out of your hand.
I wish once you would have let it. We're like, whatever.
Like food.
That's just wrong.
Like, actually, probably Auntie or Bassam is probably has like a drumstick up and it's like pecking.
Like a whole ass turkey leg for the chicken while you're
Yeah.
in your own 12 bucket. You just I feel like I should be upset about this being the vegetarian. It's just fucking hilarious to envision a giant chicken eat a turkey leg. It's just like the image. All right,
Okay.
Wiskava, piercing your water buffalo. How? Since that's the other topic. How big a gauge are you anticipating this ring being?
Well, not too big because
You don't want it to weigh down its ear.
yeah, and the platinum ring can only cost 50 gold, so
Yeah.
it's probably a pretty thin ring.
Mhm.
I mean, it's probably
Like pencil gauge?
that's probably not even that big. Maybe like a 0 gauge, like if on like you would have like on your ear, like an actual
Zero gauges
earring.
are bigger. Zero gauge, if you're talking
Are-
about the plugs, are bigger than pencils.
Oh, okay.
A pencil's probably about like a 6 or an 8 gauge. That's what I used to have. The number. So
Yeah, no, the
bigger,
yeah, I know. I was just trying to think because mine were 12 and they were not anywhere close.
I don't know. All I know is the standard, like normal gauge, like what I have on now, like the regular post is like supposed to be a 16.
Yeah, your regular a regular like Walmart earring is going to be 20.
Yeah, the really thin ones.
Yeah, the really thin ones. Yeah. So maybe like a 6 or a 7. I mean, still, it needs to be big enough that you can see it.
Okay.
But she doesn't want to like really hurt.
You don't want a whole punch hole. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then a tool like what you're looking for would be easy enough to come by. Probably actually in the tanning quarter, you may not be able to get it in the blacksmithing.
She just needs it thick enough that it can be big enough that it's not going to rip out because it's right on the edge of the ear.
What?
To be like, so this is a weird discussion, but it came up. So I'm going to interject. 6 gauge is still technically wires, like size, like conduit. Like I would guess by the time that it was visible on a water buffalo, you're looking at 2 or possibly 0 gauge.
Yeah.
It's that big. I would say 2 because that would be half an inch in diameter.
Okay, sure. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. For either way, the smithies would probably recommend you get one of the actual leather working tools. They probably have kits of needles, punches, things like that you could get there. And they would be more than happy to sell you one because when would they ever really need it? They probably have a few and just don't use them. That's all easy enough?
Yeah. And then we need to go. Do they have like any type of, I mean, I know it's like an island. Do they have like any type of like frozen treats? like ice cream or
Well, right next to a blacksmith. At that point, Basam's like, "Oh yes, please, let's do something." Like it's very warm, right next to the glass workers.
Yeah.
even if there's just like frozen shaved ice
Well,
snow
I was
cones
going
or
to say, now
something.
you said it, there's shave ice. So
Okay.
you can get shave ice. It'll be in back to where the Riverside Inn is. One of those little, again, the dinky touristy place. It's Matsumoto's. No, it's not. I can't do that. That's branded. Yeah, it's a little shave ice hut. The mascot is a Triton holding a cone of shave ice that's rainbow colored because I said so, and that's what we had. And a little wooden spoon at the top.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's a thing. It's literally just ice crushed and shaved into irregular chunks and covered in different kinds of syrups. For some of them, you can get sweet red bean paste, or there's a really thick condensed sweet milk that you can get on them, things like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah, she's got to get Florian a snack.
no,
Just to make him feel better afterwards.
yeah, give him a treat. You could also probably put the ice on to help with the swelling.
Yeah, a little bit. She'll give him like 1 point of lay on hands, but she doesn't want to do more than that because she doesn't want it to like heal around it and it can't like move and it's stuck.
I would recommend some kind of medical solve so that you can rotate it
Yeah.
a little bit as Florian wears it. But yeah. Okay. So you can get some shave ice.
Yeah. So that's what she's doing. That's her project. That's the only project she's got. So
The kids who were helping you decorate Florian earlier are now very confused as to why it has a very big earring,
Yeah.
but are very
she'll
excited.
buy those kids snow cones though,
Okay.
if they're around. Or any kid that's around, really. She's like handing out snow cones.
Okay.
If we're going back to the shaved ice thing, Bassam will stop by and get like 80 pounds of chicken feed.
Okay. Also, I know this is a mainland v. Hawaii thing. We say shave ice without the D.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So if you hear me say it, or if I instinctively am like, that's, you can continue to say shave ice or snow clone or whatever else it is, but whatever we can do to make the language weirder, what letters we can take off or words out, or
Yeah.
the easy right.
Well,
I will
technically,
say-
it's ice shavings anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The shaved ice is the part you don't get.
that's all the excess. We don't want that. Sell it to children.
I will say at some point while Alaris is working, and Bassam will time it so it's like when Alaris cannot possibly respond back, like when she's in the middle of one of her, it would be like, Hilarious, we're gonna go get shave ice. You want some? No? Okay. And then she'll just leave.
Oh, what a dick! Nico is there, and she actually is like, oh, what a dick! She's like, well, I'll get you some shave ice. Hold on, and she'll summon over some other boy. Get everyone to the shop, shave ice. Go.
I love it.
Extra red bean.
Sweet.
God damn it. It's the most dick move. Oh my god.
Yeah, and as soon as Alaris is done with whatever portion she was doing that she couldn't respond, and it's probably the main piece is back in the glory hole, or she's doing the spinning section.
Yeah.
She's gonna go, you know, Auntie's just really a bitch sometimes.
God damn it, Auntie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Bassam too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Auntie would never be that bitchy. Only Bassam is ever that bitchy.
I feel like Auntie would do that to be passive aggressive.
Oh yeah,
He would do
Auntie,
it
like if Auntie thought Alaris had like a weight problem or something, like
you don't need any more sweets.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll bring you some nice broccoli, honey.
No, you bring the shave ice just with none of the syrup or
Yeah, like the plain shave ice.
Just plain
a
shave.
cup of chipped ice. Oh, that'd be.
I thought I brought you some shaved ice, but I figured you didn't need any more sugar on account of your
Your condition.
yeah.
Thing. All right.
Oh.
So everybody's getting shave ice and or working.
Yep.
What else are we thinking or needing or wanting to do or?
Well, once Alaris is finished working and gets her armor and puts it back on, she's going to try to meet up with everyone else. Head over to the shave ice stand of the Trident of Rainbows. And
Actually, Rainbow Triton. Rainbow Triton shave ice.
yes, Rainbow Triton shaved ice. Now for Arazu, at this point, Alaris would have a weird reptilian smell plus the poisonous smell of a scorpion intermingling.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's an odd smell. So whenever I meet up with you guys, Alaris would normally try to pull some sort of prank on Auntie, except for the fact that Auntie is a diviner, so it never works. And she's just given up on it at this point.
It's like there's no point trying to pull a fun
Is
prank.
she gonna react at all to the really pretty water buffalo or the giant chicken?
Oh yeah.
Because she didn't see those earlier. That's right.
No, I'm gonna meet back up with them, and I'm gonna like stare at Katsu, look at Dreamgaze, back at Katsu.
Katsu doesn't even look at you.
Yeah.
Katsu's eating.
Look
something.
at Florian, and then back over to Iskava.
I actually imagine at this point
He
probably
looks good, right? You should tell him he looks good.
Yeah, no, I definitely compliment Florian. I look back at Katsu, and
who I imagine is actually in circles because I would have put the bags of feed on her back, like just out of reach of her neck, so she's like, but she'd be able to smell it. So she's like constantly trying to like, because I'm not carrying 80 pounds worth of feed.
I also do want to point out that like when people talk to Florian, he does respond. He can't talk, but he does understand common. He's got intelligence 6.
Yes.
So
yeah, so Alaris will compliment Florian on his beautiful flowers and new earring. Turn back to Katsu and say for Dreamgaze, I thought you normally just used a regular sized chicken for, your divination.
At which point, Auntie, no, I'm in Bassam for Bassam is gonna like cup her hands around Katsu's ears. Like,
What ears? Katsu like
really?
eating. she's got some self-preservation, but she's probably like a -2 intelligence. She a chicken. Not so much with the thinkies. She's like,
She's got a negative modifier. She makes other people stupid just being around her.
oh, now she does. No, she sure as shit does. I'm gonna have to come up with some condition for that. If you try to make some kind of really specific roll within 5 feet of Katsu, you get a disadvantage.
It's the negative paladin.
Shh. She's a sensitive chicken. This is Katsu. She's my new horse.
Katsu tilts its head.
I'll go ahead and do an animal handling check to scritch the chicken on the back of
The
its head.
chicken.
The chicken.
It's a chicken.
Yeah, it's a chicken. Only a 16, but
It lets you. It's not like you're trying to coerce it to anything. I mean,
Or
it
awkwardly invade its space and smell it.
yeah.
doesn't do anything to you either.
I love how all of us actually have animal handling for once. Like,
Yeah, what's happening?
Actually, I don't think that I do.
You don't, but I think. Oh well, you didn't have to roll.
Yeah, I've got a modifier, but I don't have it. I'm not proficient.
Well, it was.
I figured a witch doctor would have animal handling, so I took animal handling, and I have a wisdom of 20, so
it makes sense.
So
It's
I
just
took
not the stat I took notes on. Like I noted people's things for stuff I anticipated, but again, this entire session was not in my book.
I took
Nope.
expertise in animal handling since Alaris was supposed to be super interested in like the creatures.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I've got proficiency, but a wisdom penalty, so mine sucks.
Like only works on Florian.
But I've got lots of spells to cheat.
Oh, okay. Like speak with animals. Like I'm speaking with you.
Switch your animal handling to charisma, which then you become amazing at. Yeah,
Oh my god, it'd be hilarious.
Yep.
All right.
but yeah, Basam will just be like, so, we meeting with our patron then? Do you think he's like? It'll look at it like it's gonna be hard to eat chicken again. But
Katsu
head-
looks at you.
I can recommend some pescatarian dishes. I can recommend some vegetarian dishes, but I tried that, but then my muscle mass started to decrease, so I had to make some changes.
Unfortunately, most of my clients tend to pay me in chicken. It's a weird thing. Generally when you're out in the wilderness, they don't really have a lot of gold on hand. They tend to just they're like, here's a cow, or here's a chicken, or here's a pig. Like a few of them try to pay me in their firstborn, but that's always awkward.
I just got a really
You
quick.
don't eat that one though, right?
No.
I forgot what you'd have clients for. All I was clients. They usually pay you in chicken, and my head hurt. Cock. And it's like, wait, is this Auntie or Basam? What's happening? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Continue with being paid in firstborns that you do not then eat.
Mhm.
I just had to explain.
No, I don't.
my
I don't eat orphans. Sometimes I train them, but most of the time I just turn them into the nearest orphanage. Not the person that offered them to me, because they're obviously horrible.
Very rarely she allows me to give them to the Warren. Sometimes though.
You just barter with children so frequently that you have like a system for it. Well, this one will go over here, and we gave this one over there last week, so we'll pass this one that way instead.
Well,
Alaris,
apparently-
where is your warrant?
It's to
I
the
just-
southwest, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is. I can show you the world. So you're in Avikro here.
Mhm.
It is directly west. The Druids are just a little south of that over here.
Okay, so
So that little gap in the forest there is where her warren is. And that would be pretty standard knowledge that there's one there and there's generally one in every forest.
The only times Dream Gaze allows the orphans that she gets paid in to go to the
And
Warren is when
where I
she
get,
has, it's when
I-
she foresees that they actually have a path and the Warren itself has a clutch.
I want to be clear. It's very rare that the whole getting paid in the first Warren thing, and usually that only happens because the client in question wants to get rid of their child for some reason. Anyways, as I said, usually I'm not particular. I usually curse those parents pretty horribly, but but yeah, no, I unfortunately I get tended to get paid in meat a lot.
Well, Katsu doesn't care. Doesn't have the intelligence to understand death, much less cannibalism.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, I mean, I did eat it.
pie.
Well, I mean, I suppose we could. We've got some time. If any of you, play instruments, we could have a little jam, or perhaps as we are all strong adventurers and we should get to know what we all can do, maybe we could spar a little bit.
I would be up for that.
I'm not much of a fighter, but if you would like, I can definitely make it so it's a little less, I don't know, deadly, and I will go ahead and just be like, and I will clap.
Deadly. I was just thinking, clubs and sticks.
One of the kids.
No blades, no deadly magic.
One of the kids who's nearby and overhears this, probably closer to preteens, finishing shoveling the shave ice in his face. Goes, ooh, we do that. If you want fake swords, we've got some really good ones. And would offer to lead you to this little barren area in between the proper farmland.
I would love to see I would love to see your fake swords.
Okay, I'll show you.
Okay, so as we're doing this, Auntie's still a little worried, so she will go ahead and cast Death Ward on all three of them.
That's fair. That's fair. So how do am I on the right? Okay,
I always call that Arizona Alaris. She has no interest in fighting you guys, but
that's fine. The kids just want to watch these strange buff people fight. So that area that I just circled in white is where you guys would be.
Arizu is going to kick all of our asses.
Oh, probably.
yeah, because it's a one-on-one fight with a monk. Yeah, the monk.
Yeah, with fake weapons.
Yeah,
with fake weapons in particular. Yeah.
That count as monk weapons.
So, we'll set up a ring. You guys can John Canapo for who will face off first, unless you all three want to fight at once in a free-for-all. We'll pretend this is the kid explaining how they play.
Okay.
Either it's a tournament or it's a brawl and whoever is standing is standing.
I think maybe a tournament, but I think we should allow magics considering that some of us, our main combat ability is in magic.
Oh, I agree. Just not damaging magic. We don't want to hurt anybody.
We definitely don't want to kill each other.
Yeah, kid pipes up, please don't.
I'm like, I have put an insurance policy on all three of you.
One more reason not to die.
No one's gonna
It'll
die.
make her happy.
No, that's not what I mean.
I
You
won't
literally.
It means
uh,
we can go all out and we're not going to die.
I have
Well, once.
fun
You can go all out and not die once.
I have fun shit written up. I'm not letting any of you die because I need you to experience it as these characters.
Plus, we're back in time right now.
God, no suiciding on the 1.5 session.
Mhm.
But Psalm, are you sure you don't want to take that hat off and get in the ring?
Throw your hat in the ring. Hey,
I suppose I will join you.
fight.
I need to mark off spell slots though, because I did.
Yeah.
I would have had to cast.
This will be
Definitely.
a good. I thought about planning a random fight encounter for you guys, but no. because I couldn't think of a fun way to make it work other than this.
Mhm.
I'm excited now.
Where are my spell slots at? Dang it. There we go.
Using
Okay,
your
so
special.
I have no 4th level spell slots left.
Where are you? I have your spells. Look at all these spells.
I've used up pretty much all my first level.
You have a ton of first level spells. What are you talking about?
No, the slots.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm also now looking at Scott's got fucking 8,000 spells.
He actually
what are you
put his
doing now?
in like a good person. I didn't.
It's like 8,000.
Did you put all the cleric spells in there and you're just selecting which ones you have each day?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
Yeah, that
doesn't
makes
know-
your sheet hard.
Yeah, that makes my known spells. I have my prep spells.
Oh, okay, you do.
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking and seeing everything.
I still have a shit ton of spells because I'm a cleric wizard, and it makes it so I have a shit ton of spells prepared. Technically, I don't have any 5th level spells, though. I have 5th level spell slots, but I don't have any 5th level spells.
I know your pain.
This is exactly why I never play casters, though, because until you get to the higher levels, I'm an impatient hoe, and I'm just like, I want cool stuff, and I can't. I can't cast. I've got like 3 things, and one of them is useful. Also, I heard you snorted me, Chester. See? You're the one who gives me sass.
You called yourself a hoe.
Well, what else am I supposed to call
I just laughed at your self-depreciating humor. I was being supportive.
That's why you think I'm funny. The entirety of my humor. I figured it out.
So at this point, is it like getting into evening, so the light's getting dimmer?
I would say that it's late, really late afternoon, early evening, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Since this isn't winter, it's probably not getting dark quite yet, but it will be soon. You guys are near enough, guys. Place though that you can see it over the hill. Again, the scaling on the map's wrong, but you can. So if it started to get dark, you'd know where to go. You wouldn't get lost. You're near enough to the roads. It's not a problem.
So I will pick up. I will pick up a little bit of this. I'll take a little bit of the straw that's weaved into Florian's fur out of his fur, and I will break it all off at the same length, and then break one just a little bit less. Put them in my hand and be like, "Well, okay. So battle royale or 1-on-1, and then winner fights."
Battle Royale is fine with me.
Okay, go ahead, throw the straw away because I don't need it.
So everybody's going to fight at once.
Yeah.
Is everybody prepared?
Uh-huh.
I
The
think so.
initiative.
Is this the map, or are we not using a map?
I don't have another map,
We
but
should do this
I
theater
don't
divine.
ruin it. The only other map I have is the actual fight for next time, and I refuse.
Yeah,
should
we
be
don't-
able to do
we
a
don't need a
theater
map.
divine.
We don't need a map. I don't think any of us have any like.
I can make you a fake map really quick. So,
Well, we got kids around, and it's not a real fight. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
here's this.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Shut up! I'm working on it.
No, I mean my initiative.
Oh, okay. I thought you were being sassy at me. It's like, how dare you? I'm working on it, and I can't draw. Ooh, that's a square.
holy shit!
Why is that?
Somebody's getting stunned right away.
He rolled really well.
Well, it doesn't help that he has a +9 to initiative. So
There's that.
This is your really wonky. I can't do circles, so this is your place. This is where you're fighting.
okay. I mean, it's a pit. It's not gonna be.
Yeah, they're scattered around watching, and I don't have tokens for the children because they didn't exist in my head until like 10 seconds ago.
Well, I don't have tokens for me, so that's gonna be fun.
It's your fault. Here, hold on. I don't know. How do I give you access to one again?
You create a character, and then you say that I have control over the character sheet
Oh, I
and
did
the token.
I did that. You have a character sheet, and you have
It,
control.
it is not in my journal.
Oh, right, because you didn't sign in until.
Yeah.
There we go. And there. Now it should be there.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Get at it.
Only I don't have control of it. I can weirdly drop it in, but I now don't have control of it.
How do I?
Oh no, that was on me. That was my bad.
God. Oh, I'm gonna have to draw Katsu. Oh no. Just have to draw Katsu.
Katsu, I tell Katsu to stand out of the pit. Like, don't worry about it.
Oh, I just thought of it because Florian's sitting on the side watching.
Yeah. Can you stretch Florian out? It doesn't let me stretch him out because he should
Yeah.
fill 2 squares.
Boop.
Somebody's a little full of himself.
Well, he's a big.
It's giant. He's a big boy.
He a big.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Okay, so actually, this could be a really good opportunity for you to teach me how to do that initiative tracker.
Okay,
Uh,
so over on the right, there
Yes.
is a. Oh shit!
If this is not a DM, that's also fine.
No,
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
it
got
is.
in as a DM. So one of the icons over on the right,
Uh-huh.
you actually
should be a
click
little
on it.
clock.
Yeah, it should be a little clock, and you click on it, and it'll pull up Initiative Tracker, and you can click on each of our icons, and right-click and add a turn.
Your icons, as in your video feed, or
Nope.
Or we can click on it and then just roll initiative.
Yeah, and I already
The
rolled
biggest
in.
trick is getting your players to do it right.
oh, so I have been fucking that up. My bad. Can I just drag and drop like?
So I
Right.
added mine, yeah, and then I added because I had already rolled initiative. The 16 is not my initiative; it was the 5 that I rolled before. So
Okay.
I can't change that in here.
And my initiative is wrong for some reason.
On your character sheet.
Yeah, well, the way it's running, because it's not giving me my
Is
my
it-
hat proficiency for being a bard.
Yep. And mine is also going to be wrong due to needing a
Oh
plus
yeah. Why
5.
is your initiative 2? Okay. Yeah. Just do whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be different, we can just keep track. Like I'm just gonna, since I didn't get it up
Yeah.
until after Chester rolled, we'll just know that Arazu goes first.
Mhm.
Because I don't think anyone's beating a 26.
no one is beating the 26.
Pretty sure no one in this party can beat a
Yeah.
26.
Well, Alaris gets a +5 though because of her armor.
Yes, but I can't figure out how to actually do that in Roll20. So, so if you
So you can actually literally just change the number that's there.
Yeah, you can literally go into.
If you highlight the number, you can change it to whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just manually.
Okay.
But if you want to add it to your initiative tracker, you need to roll it on your character sheet.
Working on it. So I do. Now, what do I hit on the character sheet?
Initiative.
But make sure your token is selected or it won't add it to that.
Okay.
Is there not a way for me to just like drag and drop the number that you rolled or add it manually to the turn order?
You can. And Alaris just rolled a 30. So she's first.
Yeah.
So like add custom item, I could add.
So at least one of us isn't getting stunned right away. One of us is getting sneak attacked right away, and the other one's getting stunned. Or maybe one person's getting both.
Oh, that did work. Okay. That's Arazu. Hold on. Let me add him in with the proper number.
I'll be right back.
Arazu got a 26. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and you should be able to edit that number directly there, Shayna.
But I thought I did.
You just click on it in the initiative tracker. Don't worry about it.
I thought it would be, where you type the thing.
That makes way too much sense.
I know. I'm doing that thing where I, use logic. I keep forgetting. That's not what we do here. You don't like the military.
And then you should have a setting, but yeah, and then it should auto
I
do
can do it manually if I get mad at someone, just like, no,
it.
last now.
Okay.
Okay, so that could be a bit fiddly, but once I get used to it, it'll be easier.
Right now, it's a good time to learn. It's not important, but
Yeah.
when you have 30 different tokens going, it's
Yes, that is why I thank you in advance. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about that in advance. Yeah, because like I was telling you, I have one of the things that I created is a set of creatures, and I was testing them on the map. I'm like, this is already a pain in the ass to manage, half a dozen different things at once.
What I hate about the turn tracker is it doesn't reorganize it when somebody else rolls into it. Like if you don't hit the organize button,
Oh, it doesn't.
it doesn't matter that they rolled a 26, they're at the bottom of the initiative.
Okay.
So yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
All right.
So Becca.
Well, before you guys actually start, is this you don't like all meet in the center and
Oh no. Where everybody else, wherever everybody else is, Bassam is definitely not.
Okay, so everyone is meeting up in the circle to shake hands, and Bassam is over.
Like no.
Wait, why'd you move? Why'd you move Arisu?
I asked, and no one said anything else. Okay, fine. Arisu can go back over by Florian too.
That's right.
Oh, I'm getting stunned.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, if they're over there, then we're gonna move back. She's not gonna walk off, but she's gonna, shake hands and then start walking back when we start.
All right.
Like Arisu has just very intentionally not entered the circle.
Actually, I should probably go this way since they all went that way.
All right.
And Bassam is going to look at Arisu extremely nervously.
Like,
Uh,
all right,
Okay. So me.
do it up. Go, girl. Go.
So I am going to go ahead and cast invisibility.
Who's this?
And see, I don't think
Hilarious.
I'm gonna Let's see. Right. Don't have that ability. So invisible, and I'm going to stealth because I want to kind of see what Arazu is up to.
He's up to being a wallflower at the moment, just kind of chilling.
Yeah, he didn't even enter the circle. I don't know why everyone's worried.
Because they're working with out of character knowledge.
He just wants to hang out with the water buffalo and watch.
I want to hang out with the nice smelling buffalo. You've got a thing with that buffalo, bro.
Yeah, so my stealth check was 28, and I am currently invisible.
Okay.
And
No one has a passive higher than that. So if anyone and I know that for a fact. So if anyone wants to roll to be like, oh, where'd she go?
and we have disadvantage on this, right? 'Cause she's invisible.
Yep.
So I have a 9.
I'm gonna roll it, but I don't think I can possibly.
I don't think
get
you
it.
can.
I think my. No, yeah, it's not even worth rolling.
Yeah.
My perception
if
is
you
too
get a
low.
20, I'll give you some fun stuff anyway, but yeah, you won't actually be able to see her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My perception's a joke.
Okay.
And I do not have counterspell, so there's that.
For the sake of setting, by the way, we're actually just going to say that these two X's on the top left corner are going to be Chris and Terry's characters.
Okay.
They're here. They're just spectating.
Hmm.
They don't want to participate right now.
okay.
Well, Doll will literally never, but. All right. So there you go. That was Alaris. That means next is Arazu.
Are the X's trees?
No, the X's are children. There are no trees. You're in a field. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't kill the X's. Please don't kill the X's.
The X's are children.
That will end the campaign right here.
It won't end the campaign. It will end Arazu.
Right.
Everyone else can continue. Chester will have to bring out a new character.
No trees. That just ruins that idea.
Yeah, no trees. Sorry. I said this is a fairly flat field, which is why the kids practice here. They don't have the skill to dodge in and out of trees without getting their ass kicked by a root.
Arizu will stand akimbo beside the water buffalo, aka the dodge action, and pass turn.
Okay. Why did it give you a 52? Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever.
What?
I'm like, why
Okay.
did it give you a 52? What's happening?
So, watching
I just
Alaris.
told time is what just happened, and
Sorry, Muskava.
Okay, so watching Alaris turn invisible, I'm going to cast the invisibility.
How many of you have invisibility again? I forget. I know at least 4 of you in the whole group. Does
No,
anyone-
I'm not casting invisibility. I'm casting
okay.
the invisibility.
Okay, because I'm like, I know at least 3 or 4 of you have invisibility as a spell, just ready at all times. You're an evasive lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I can probably see her now, right? I mean,
Yes.
scanning around.
Yes.
Where is okay? Well, I don't know where she is, so but I'm assuming she's still there somewhere.
She was here right when you cast it,
Yep.
Alaris.
I moved down a bit.
So she's
Where my
starting-
token is where Alaris is right now.
So it's
Okay.
possible that you see her from that angle.
Okay. I am. So I see her. That's.
Yes.
But I am also just going to kind of looking back and watching Arizu hiding over by
he didn't hide. He is
Florian. I'm just gonna be like, Florian, give him a kiss.
Florian turns its head to look back to, kind of looks back, and like,
He's our buddy.
and looks over and gives that specifically viscous bovine floppy. I mean, they have a very specific texture to their saliva. Yeah, no,
Does
you.
this actually look like it's an innocent kiss to me?
Yeah, no, it's truly just it. Kind of begrudgingly giving you a smooch.
Well, I
Arizu will actually left-handed, just kind of like scratch behind the ears.
He relaxes a little bit and kind of shimmies into it. It's like, oh, you are nice. Okay.
So yeah, that's my turn.
I've just decided, by the way, that he has a sweet tooth. Because I forgot that cows like pastries. So I've just decided that Florian also likes pastries.
Okay.
Did
Sorry.
Florian take that 5-foot step next to me then, or does he just have like crazy reach?
Well, he's a 3-ton
Okay.
water buffalo, but if
Yeah.
you want him to scoot,
I like having that proximity. That space is
Yeah.
now filled.
yeah, he's
Someone can't step there.
and
Yeah.
leans very heavily into your personal bubble.
I like that.
He is a
Like having my own mobile brick wall, and
He
we're
is
friends now.
he's a very furry, solid wall that still smells interesting. Okay.
Does that like you make him like a 1x2 rectangle as opposed to a 4x4 square?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's how he should be.
Okay, so he's like that.
Yeah.
Would you like to give him participation in the initiative?
No.
Okay.
He's not fighting.
Well, less for fighting, more for fun antics on the side.
Okay. I can roll initiative for
Or
him.
he can just go on Wiskava's turn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably easier.
that's what I was
He's
going.
not gonna fight. She's not gonna use him.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to do anything else?
She just moved a little bit closer to the other. She kind of put herself in the center. That's all she did.
I have noise.
What is
Does
that
anyone else
sound?
hear the noise?
Yeah.
That- That's my walkie from work dying.
Okay.
Walkie-talkie. My radio. It's got a
From work.
like. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So my turn.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to walk over here, and then I'm going to. Apparently, I do not have. Okay, so I guess at. Jesus. 5th level, I will cast as a bonus action spiritual weapon.
I do it up. Get it, Auntie.
And it's going to.
Most anime bullshit looking weapon. I'm letting you know right now.
What would it look like?
Forces. Dramatic
It's a
wind.
giant turkey drumstick.
Well, no, I want it to be something where like the pommel ends in a chicken foot.
Yeah, it looks like at first it looks like a fork, but then you realize it's actually just a giant chicken claw.
It's a giant chicken claw, but it's
Right.
like it's cast in metal.
Yeah.
It's a regular ass chicken foot. Just they dipped it, like they bronzed it.
So that's going to be my bonus action, and I will cast it.
Imagine if
Sorry,
you were-
Tucker, you're the only one I can see.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Real quick though, imagine if they were nunchucks, or it was just two chicken legs on a chain.
So 26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
So 11 points of magical bludgeoning, or what is it? Radiant damage.
I think
Force
so.
damage. And then I am then going to use my action to path to the grave Chester's character.
So what does that do? I forget.
The next person who hits him gets double damage.
Yeah, he has vulnerability on all damage from the next person that hits him.
Is that just because he's off in the corner and you're like, that's suspicious?
Yeah.
Yo,
Is there a save on that, or is that just an?
No, it just happens. It's until the end of my next turn, too.
not a
Okay.
trusting bot. Not a
So
trusting group of buds.
did Dream Gaze do her normal like slight indication?
Oh, yeah. She definitely, because she has a point. It's a channel divinity. So she looks at it like,
So everyone,
foresee you falling soon.
Yeah. Chester and Wiz might not know what that means, but I'm sure Alaris knows what that means.
yeah, she's probably seen it. She's like, oh, okay. Okay. Then Alaris is in.
All right. That should be close enough.
This is actually
Does Arazu have any ability to see invisible creatures?
Is he currently using said
he
abilities?
has it. I don't think
All right, then. So I needed to know that because as I'm invisible, I should have advantage. Which
But you do not, because I took the dodge action, which gives disadvantage on all attacks. So
hiding
Great roll.
in his
straight up.
not hiding behind Florian.
All right, so straight up. As
So, question: does Florian count as an ally? No, it doesn't. No, because Florian's my ally, and we're fighting.
And
Florian
it's
doesn't
Florian's
get-
not hostile to Arazu, because the way it's
Yeah.
actually worded.
Yeah.
Florian and Katsu are impervious to damage until I say so,
Okay.
which will be this session.
all right.
Here. Draw while I'm at it.
Well, technically, Florian is immortal anyway.
Yeah.
So,
He
question
just
for you:
disappears and comes back.
Is Alaris counted as an ally for Auntie?
I
That's
don't.
not how that works.
The ability says you are an ally.
Huh?
Yeah.
So,
I'm reading it right now because I've never read that one before.
Oh, that's true.
It's you are an ally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
Yeah.
she's-
No,
she's
the only one who can do it is anti-Jim Gaze.
the only one that can do it is me.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, my path to the grave ability.
kind of depends on how Alaris would view fighting on.
Hmm.
Okay. I figure in this
But-
situation, we'll say.
Yeah,
this-
no, it wouldn't be. It's fine.
Okay, Alaris doesn't know that though, so she still would
Yeah.
do a bonus action, cast Shadow Blade, and then chuck it at Arazu.
Did you? So invisibility drops concentration.
Yep, it. Because I cast
No,
a spell,
it's an attack. That's
Yeah.
how invisibility works.
so it is an attack.
Which is us. It's also a concentration spell, like both of them. That's what I was
Yeah.
asking.
attacking you either way, which I'm going to immediately use my action to do with the Shadow Blade because I can throw it.
The reason he's asking though is you'd have to cast the spell first, which means you'd show up and then you'd have disadvantage on the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like if you throw a regular weapon, then you have straight roll because you wouldn't turn back until you made the
As soon
attack.
as you cast that other spell, your invisibility drops.
Okay, so I guess I will do dagger then, and then use my bonus action after I attack. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Dealing 7 points of damage. And then I cast Shadow Blade, and so a blade made out of shadow appears in my hand.
So before that first one hits, I'm gonna do one of these cool doohickeys here.
Use your reaction.
Just as an FYI, that's a key point spent there,
Okay.
One of your 8,062 key points.
right?
Ridiculous.
So I roll 1d10 plus my dex mod, which is 5. Oh, plus my monk level. I didn't even add that in.
All right, so you deflect all the damage then. 'Cause I only
Yes.
did 7.
So I reduce the damage to 0, which means I can now hold it in one hand. And I could spend a key point to throw it back at you. However, because I'm feeling super generous today, I'm just going to go ahead and hold that cool weapon you threw at me, like appraisingly.
Just a regular.
Well, and a dagger would be at disadvantage anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Would it at that?
Yeah, at that range, definitely.
Mhm.
Oh well.
Oh well, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that was Alaris.
I mean, I could have thrown it at Auntie, but
That's
again,
what I
I'm feeling super generous today.
Well, I would have done. And so much.
I mean, I could be mean. I could be like really mean to you guys right now.
No, we're not trying. We're just showing.
I could have dropped someone in the first turn with dread ambush bonuses. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, no, this is any other match when you first join a new group. You're feeling each other out in the ring. You're not trying to fucking decapitate
Yeah,
each
we're
other.
not actually trying to like hurt each other. We're trying to assess each other's abilities so that we can
Cool.
better learn how to work together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's really fitting that the two people who aren't here. Now that I think about it, for this exact scenario, this is amusingly perfect. Sorry, continue, Stefan. I know.
Was your turn over, Alaris?
Yep, that is it
Okay.
for me.
Arizu will go ahead and offer up a smile, pocket the dagger, and then he is going to go ahead and pull a ninja vanish.
Oh,
We'll go ahead and shadow step instead.
right.
Except you're not in dim light right now.
I thought she said it was twilight. Is that not dim light?
Twilight would be dim light, but I don't know if it's twilight.
She
or
said
not.
it was around 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
All right, we'll ask her what lighting's like when she gets back. If not, I'll just make my own darkness then if that's how you really want to be.
You could use the shadow of the big water buffalo to step. You have to have somewhere to
That's
go.
where the sun's at, because if there's only shadows under him, that could get awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's dim light, I'm actually all about
Yeah,
that.
we're
'Cause
fine
that
with- if,
actually changes the Shadow Blade's abilities slightly.
Yeah, if it's dim light, I'm good with that. We can fight in dim light. It's most hurtful to my character, so. And even then, it's not that hurtful. As long as we're not in pitch darkness. If we're in pitch darkness, I'm screwed.
Maybe I'll zoom more.
Okay, sorry, what I miss? And who's measuring the distance to the children? Because remember, no hitting the children.
I'm not looking to hit the children. And why can you see that? It says hide from others. Damn it.
God.
We were
That's
debating
interesting.
whether, with the time frame of day, you
What's the
still have
lighting
to-
like at the
yeah.
moment?
It's probably starting to get dark. Yours
So is it sufficiently dark for the shadow step, which is up?
what?
Is
What?
it dim light?
Sure. Yeah, it's starting to become dim light. Yes.
Sure is very important for a lot of people's abilities right now. This is an important factor.
I know. I'm just trying to decide. Yeah, fine, it's dim light. But it'll remain dim for a long time now before it gets dark.
Okay.
Can no one else see your arrows?
Now I have it, so only I should see it. That's why I was
Yeah, you
surprised
should be
when
seeing my arrow, but you should be the only person seeing my arrow right now.
Yes,
Besides me.
I have one up also, so she probably sees both of us.
I do. Y'all look like a weird rave right now.
Yay!
So Arazu's gonna go ahead and shadow step. I don't know how you want to handle whether people can track where I go or not. Do you want to hide after that, or
What?
We'll just ignore your token. I'm good with
Okay.
that.
Yeah, if you want to do that, or is there a way for you to
We
I mean,
we don't have layers. You're the only one that will have layers. So
yeah, you shouldn't be fighting each other in the future, so I don't really think it'll be necessary. They can just pretend they don't see you for now.
Mhm.
Or you can indicate to me with your arrow right now where you're going to move, and I'll just make a
Oh.
mental note.
well, between I'm gonna end up over here
Okay, sure.
with everything. Wrong, silly selector. So anyway,
Silly selector.
between my move and my shadow step, I'm over here, and then I am actually going to hide.
Oh, I meant more you could indicate where you were going to go with your arrow, and then not have to
Oh.
move the token. So they
Well, they
would-
said that they would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Whatever.
pretend we can't see him until we pass
Yeah.
perception.
They couldn't track the movement. Now, if they're going to start looking around for me, there's a stealth roll for them to look against or not.
Okay. What did
Yeah.
I had to turn the volume down? What happened for the rest of your turn?
We waited to verify if it was dim light or
Okay.
not, because it
Yeah.
does affect some of Arazu's abilities and actually some of my abilities.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. That was. Are we recording this? I don't remember.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Then I won't talk about it, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we stop the recording.
Yes, that one. Okay. So
That's all I'm doing.
you're good to go then?
Yep.
Wiskava.
So, just curious, because of what is Arazu hiding behind something, or did he use his
Yes, I'm now hiding with the kid.
monk ability that allows you to turn invisible?
He's hiding.
I did not. I shadow stepped, so you didn't track the movement. I just basically vanished.
Right, but you're
I
hiding behind a kid.
reappeared off to the side and hid with the children. So I'm probably actually kneeling down around their height to blend in.
Okay, cool. That's
So
cool. I just was,
and
yeah.
the kids. Yeah.
So you're hiding, not invisible.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So Wiskava looks over at Alaris, who just came back, and she says, "Oh, come on! If we can't see you, we can't see what you do and what you can do, and that's the whole point." And she is going to cast Branding Smite as a bonus action, and then she's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to take attacks.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hold hands.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
23 hits.
And 10 10's a natural one, so never mind. So the natural one is not going to hit. What does the damage do on these wooden swords?
That's a good question. I have no idea. What do you want?
They would be clubs, so probably 1d6.
1d4.
right?
So what? D4, D4 strength or Dex, whichever. Because
So
the goal
D4?
is not murder. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's pretty shitty. So 3 points of radiant and 3 points of bludgeoning.
I will still go ahead and uncanny dodge that. So 3 points total.
Okay. However, you are glowing now.
I am glowing. Okay,
You are glowing.
which means advantage on attack.
No,
No,
it just means you can't turn invisible.
turn invisible again.
Okay, cool.
All right.
She's like, that's what you think.
Is that it for Wiskava?
Yeah, that's it for Wiskava.
All right. On to it up.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do?
On to it up.
I will go 5, 10, 15, 20 over here. My spiritual weapon will come in and follow, and we'll go ahead and attack Wiskava in the back, floating over as the bonus action. 13. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was going to miss. And then she will be like, "Oh, great spirits, protect me." And she'll cast Spirit Guardians at 5th level.
Oh, crap.
Oh no,
That
the
sucks.
Cuisinart.
Cuisinart.
As little, like, they're skulls, but they're kind of like the Disney animated skulls, so they're kind of adorable and cackly.
The little chicken.
And they start just spinning around. So that I need both Alaris and Wiskava to...
On our turn.
Oh, yeah, on your turn.
Yeah. Little ghostly chicken skulls are now zooming about you like fruit bats. And it is now Alaris' turn.
All right, so what do you need me to do, Scott?
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
No, come here.
geez.
Don't betray me like this. Come here. Oh, you little traitor.
Oh no, how much damage do I take?
Oh, yeah. I got you now.
24 points of radiant damage.
Ow! Fuck.
What are you doing?
All right.
What are you doing?
As a bonus action, I am going to go ahead and take the dodge
Disengage.
disengage, and I am going to go.
You're going to attack me because, ow.
That's also rough terrain.
All right, so I'm going to get here, and I'm going to do an attack against Dream Gaze, which I actually have advantage on because in the Shadow Blade I get advantage if it's dim light.
Right.
Your shadow, or your blade is shadowier because it's dark.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
Actually, is Shadow Blade concentration?
Oh, you're right. I should.
You should have made a concentration check. It's just 10 because I only did 3 points of damage.
Well, no, because
Well, no,
then the
24.
second one is 12 because she took 24 points of damage from the radiant.
Oh, yeah. So she actually has 2. She's
Uh-huh.
got to take.
13, I think.
For the first one.
It's good for the first one.
Yeah, and then the second one,
5. Okay.
it dropped.
All right. Well, then I don't disengage. Bonus action, I cast Shadow Blade again,
And then throw it at me.
and then throw it at you.
Okay, I
Advantage.
still take damage.
Yep. And you take 2d8 plus 5d6.
Well, technically, you're in melee with me.
Mhm.
So unless you're at disadvantage and advantage.
Well, that would be if I threw it at you, wouldn't it?
No, it's if you throw it at anybody.
Yeah, and you don't get sneak attack. I'm not anywhere near a hostile.
Well, she would get it with advantage,
Oh,
did it-
but-
but she's got a straight roll because
Yeah.
she's disadvanted with me.
Yeah,
But rogue.
Yeah. All right. So, well, shit. Do I get sneak attack or not?
You don't.
Because
You would need to move back, risk an attack of opportunity for me, and then throw it.
Yeah.
Right. Which I guess I shall do.
Because
ahead
you
and
really
roll.
want to stop this.
Yeah. So
I-
I
Okay.
will.
Gustava, would you like
I
to do?
move back. Do you?
I will
choose to-
take my. Actually, no. I'll let you go.
Because Wiscava would really like you to break my concentration, right?
Yeah, right.
All
Wait a
right.
second, please.
26 points of psychic damage.
Ow. Let me do my save real quick.
20. Yeah.
That was the biggest hit yet to the least healthy.
Yeah, rogues, man.
Whew, I love it.
We have our moments. And I
Okay.
love this rogue.
If I ever get to play like a right away high level character, it's going to be a caster or a really high level monk. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
no, it drops.
all those key points.
And that's my turn because I use my bonus action to recast Shadowblight.
Okay.
All right, Arazu.
Arazu's just going to continue hiding and watching.
Okay. You don't want to hold an action for anything?
No, I'm actually playing to my flaw right now.
Oh, okay. So you pow. Now it's Wiscava.
Arazu, this is no fun.
Where are you? Where are you, Arazu?
And then
It's your theme song.
I will look back over at Alaris and I'll say, very nice.
Thank you.
And then I will.
God, I just realized. No, well, never mind. Okay. I'll talk about it later.
I will
Yeah.
actually.
I didn't want to cut and paste it for you, but that's Arazu's flaw. Basically, he will assess every aspect of the situation before he involves himself in it.
Okay.
Which is really great for expedient, like anything. It's really good for moving shit along.
I will actually walk over here and I will look at Annie Dreamgaze and I will check out and make sure that dagger isn't going to kill her.
It would have actually already disappeared.
Are you
Well,
okay?
that hurt.
Can you keep going?
I can keep going. That hurt.
And when I
mother-
see that, smash.
yeah.
Okay. To attack.
Done that said thing and it cringed before. You okay? Good.
Wrong answer.
It's the right answer because if they weren't, I would have stopped. But they were fine, so I didn't need to.
That definitely hits. The second one doesn't.
Okay. And I will go ahead and I'm going to put in a 4th level smite.
Ow.
It's the most courteous sass move that you can do in a sparring match.
Yeah.
You
So
okay?
you switched up to the longsword from the club?
What?
You switched up to the longsword?
No,
it's the same attack roll.
It's the same attack roll.
Yeah,
I'm still doing the damage for the club.
I'm just since I'm observing, I'm trying to keep track of.
Yeah. No, I'm not switching. I'm using that crappy little club.
Ow.
which is
Okay.
a good thing because otherwise,
Which is funny because Alaris is like straight up real knife. Straight
And
at
that's right. Like it's 1D. I rolled wrong.
Yeah, you did.
It's
'cause
D8s.
smite-
It's
Yeah,
1D8
so-
per level, right?
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
it's 2d8 to start and then 1d8 after that.
Mhm.
yeah, you just
Oh, okay. So let me re-roll that damage.
get. It's gonna be all greens.
And yeah. So am I luck.
oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking really hurt.
yep. Auntie has a boo boo.
Okay.
Is that it for Wiscava's turn?
Yeah, that's it for Wiscava's turn.
Okay. So Dreamgaze is gonna be
Your
like,
rebuttal.
okay. You moved me, proved your point. I'm going to resign just one thing real quick, and I'm going to dispel Shadow Blade from Alaris. And then I surrender.
Okay.
Do you start?
Like,
Do you start backing up?
yeah, and then I start backing up.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, I'll go over here.
Okay. So, Alaris?
My turn. All right, so I'm gonna pick up a stick from the ground.
You would have.
Does Arazu buy that Auntie just surrendered?
Would you like to roll insight?
I
You
did.
just did. I can't beat that, but yeah, I'm surrendering. I have 14 hit points left.
Yeah, Auntie is.
Hey. Auntie has already proven sneaky and resourceal. It wouldn't surprise me to feign that shit. She's still in the circle as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Because I'm too slow to get out of the circle.
It's an old lady. Like, leave her alone.
Technically, I disengaged when I back.
This is not-
No, because my action was to dispel Alaris.
This octagon is not necessarily handy accessible. Okay. Give her a break.
Oh,
Sorry.
she would have picked up her hat, by the way, and put it back on.
Fair.
And then complained about young whippersnappers.
You young whippersnappers hit me in the face. Swords and shit.
Okay.
With swords and daggers and stuff.
Smack me around with swords. It's rude.
So, can I do a quick perception check to see if I can see Arazu?
Yeah, if you want to look around for him while Auntie's backing out. Or since it's been another turn, if you want to roll another stealth check, you can. Or stealth roll.
Okay.
Pretty sure I'm not going to see him.
Probably
Rolled
not.
pretty low last time. You never know.
No.
Yeah, no.
He left the area for all you know. He's not even here anymore.
He can teleport?
Oh,
Actually, yeah. But
How did he just leave? For all you know, he Irish goodbye. That's what this was. He did not say anything? How rude.
So Alaris
So
cast
nice.
shrugs, looks at Wiskava, and then I'm going to cast suggestion and tell Wiskava, flee.
Okay.
I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Noise.
Noise. Stick noise.
I would like to point out that it was somewhere around the center,
15?
right?
Yep, 15 just makes it.
Somewhere around the center right now, there is still a floating chicken foot.
Yeah.
And I will go 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. And bonus action, I will dodge.
You can't,
Can.
unless you're a monk.
I am a rogue. It is part of my cunning action. And yes,
No.
Dodge is not part of your cunning
Dodge is
action.
not.
you want to come look at my features and traits from D&D Beyond? Literally,
I can literally tell you, dodge is not part of your cunning action.
Yeah.
You can take a bonus action on each of your turns to take dash. Oh, sorry. Disengage or hide. You're right.
Yeah.
Look
There
at
you
my
go.
last. That's the thief. I was mixing up my rogue archetypes.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's fine because I did too.
Okay, well, I guess I will end there for the time being.
Okay. So I am. Oh wait, yeah. No, it's Urzu. Sorry.
Arazu, your turn.
I don't understand why your number keeps increasing, but
I don't either. Every time I click on the arrow
It's
for
like a Dragon Ball Z move. He's basically just sitting over there focusing his
That's
chi.
his power level. He's gonna spirit bomb us all in a second.
I super don't know what I did because I've checked the settings and the settings have no. I don't get it. You're just special.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, no. Arazu is still assessing and learning everyone's behaviors. This is very informative for him. He actually is quite enjoying it.
Well, we all know you're about to Kamehameha us.
Maya?
you hear in the distance someone calling for his mom.
It's just gonna take us like 6 episodes for him to actually shoot whatever he's powering up.
Lend me a And then in a few days when we come
Giant ball of shadow just
Yeah.
growing.
we come back in a few days and he's still standing over there screaming, gathering.
Yeah.
Splits the globe until nothing's left but a small
Okay.
rock that he's standing on and says, I win.
gonna fire that anytime soon? What's happening? Okay,
So Wiskava just starts walking casually towards Alaris, laughing. It's not that easy. I'm not gonna flee. However, you and I could continue this, but I think I got an idea what you can do. You probably have an idea what I could do. We could turn him up and find this coward Arazu. And she says it like that, like she's not serious. He's a coward. Like
yeah.
looking around. Yeah.
Alaris will give you a little salute. Sounds good to me.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I will send. She'll take her. Oh no, she can't. She can't do that. Okay, so she will instead, as an action, she's just going to start investigating. She's going to start walking this way, investigating.
Walking which way? Okay.
Well, actually, she doesn't know. Let me roll a d4 because I have no idea where he went.
You could roll a d8 if you want to go to the house.
Yeah, we'll do that. So 1 at top.
2, 3. So you'd be going.
I'm
what?
going completely the wrong way.
Southeast.
Looking.
Look over here. All right. So you want to roll your investigation?
Yeah. Yeah. Investigation or perception?
Up to you. I'll let you have either because you're facing the wrong way and going to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah. It's not gonna
It's
matter.
not going to work, but for practice's sake. What are you doing? That's a cable.
Okay, so 13.
Yeah, no.
No.
You just don't yet see him over here. You see a child and you go, I don't think that that's him.
Yeah.
I remember buying that kid a shave ice earlier. So
I
now-
do totally say, have you seen a gray elf looking guy?
The kid goes, yeah. He was here earlier, right? In that kid way, like,
Duh.
No, I haven't. That's not the bratty kid hasn't shown up yet. I haven't
No.
had the right situation. They'll be there. Okay, so Scott is Auntie.
Okay, everyone is now an ally. She will kind of crawl out of here. I mentioned that because now what she's going to do is she's going to sit down, plop down. Actually, she'll crawl out over here, sit next to the ox and to Katsu, and then she will cast Beacon of Hope on herself and sit down in preparation of healing herself. But she is going to keep it up just in case anybody wants to come into her 30-foot aura and, get maximized healing.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right. So I.
Oh, and she will dismiss the chicken foot.
Okay.
So I would like to investigate to see if I can find Arazu.
Okay. For it.
Prefer investigation over perception.
That's fine. For the sake of all of this, it's just for funsies, so either way. Would you like to roll again, Arazu?
If you would like me to, sure.
Sure, because otherwise this will go all night.
He's just going to get better at hiding the longer the night goes.
You got one worse than last time, but yeah, still no.
All right.
So
I'll do
what I
it.
will say, what direction are you looking in when you start investigating? Determine where you think he is.
Well, so I would be looking over towards this way from where I'm at.
Okay, so you see Auntie sit down,
Mhm.
and you don't think you see Arazu in that area with Auntie. That's because you still got a good roll, but that's what you determine.
All right. I don't think he's over by Auntie or Florian.
So now it's Arazu.
It's hiding.
If you want to be sneaky, you can message me, and we can chat from there. This time you can use the arrow without moving your token or do whatever you want to do. I don't know what actually Arazu would do at this point.
Actually, I'm trying to figure out what to do because I didn't really figure that they were going to stop and team up on this.
Well, this is a good learning opportunity for him.
I know.
Now he sees how they approach a problem. Oh, me. So when confronted with a stubborn butthead who doesn't want to fight and just wants to
The
watch
women are going to team up.
like a voyeur, yeah, you have to participate. You just watch. Get that on a shirt.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Have 130 initiative. That's what you're gonna do.
Nope.
I've given up.
On. I think this is Alaris down here. I'm guessing.
Yes. Kite.
I am going to do that.
What does that do again?
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
you
silent
Call out
sphere.
each other. Okay.
So there's now a dome of silence surrounding Alaris.
Okay.
Okay.
So she can't call out, can't cast spells that are verbal, etc. Okay. Do you need
Another
to?
two.
So by casting that, though, you do say something and have a component involved.
Do I?
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Verbal.
And
Verbal
somatic.
and somatic.
Yeah, verbal somatic.
Those didn't. So. Okay. Sure.
Or actually,
It's
No,
not. I
it's-
copied the spell over and just renamed
Yeah.
it. I don't know if that
Yeah,
went away in Shadow Arts. I might have
it
to
might
look.
not. In Shadow Arts, it might be without components. It might actually say that.
Because
Yeah.
that one,
Actually, I still have it up. Let me see
Said
here.
it like that
Without providing material components.
Oh, yeah. So you still have to talk.
So. Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about any verbal though. So did that have? So
Yeah,
it still has verbal. I'm guessing.
Mhm.
So we would
So over here with these cool kids, I'm probably parcel tonguing over here for the sake of Alaris, and yeah.
What's worse, that you made that joke or that I knew it was parcel tongue immediately? What's worse?
So here's the question: does he have to say that loud enough that I'd hear him?
I mean, you can roll a perception or something to see if you would hear him, but I don't feel like he would have to yell it because you're pretty
Yeah.
close on the other side.
Okay.
If you had been moving towards him, I'd say yes, but
Yeah, I don't even think
Called higher enough, yeah,
you were in
for-
range for me to have done that too. Oh wow, yeah, I could have done that on you. 80 feet. Oh well.
so I would say, Alaris, you definitely hear it.
Well, for about half a second.
Yeah, and then you don't hear anything.
You think you hear a muttering
Mhm.
to the north of you directly, and Wiskava, I'll just say you hear something and know it wasn't in front of you.
Okay.
You
So
can't
instead-
actually tell behind you. It could be right next to you on the right, but you just know it's not right in front of you.
So instead, she's going to walk right in here. Just, she doesn't want to be in the silence. I'm sure as she walks into the silence, she can hear that and kind of go around.
Yes, I feel like
Because
it would
she makes tons of noise. She's like crunch, 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 crunch. And then
What
things
the-
be over.
be discomfited by the silence. I think mentally and emotionally, it would immediately start to fuck with her.
Yeah. But she's just going to go, okay, I get what's happening. Tell you what, whoever finds my little gray friend gets a snow cone.
By
And
the
I
way,
want
like,
to try to persuade the kids to point him out.
Hold up, because the kids are in. I'm gonna roll. How many fucking? I have 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 children. I'm gonna number them starting with this one in the top is 1, and just roll after each of your turns to see which one is gonna be big. So it's the end of Wiskava's turn.
Okay, do you want me to roll a persuasion or are they just in?
They're kids. It's a snow cone.
They're just in. Cool.
Hell yeah. You already bought it. We know you're good.
Okay. So I'm dodging too.
So,
That
yeah.
matters.
So this will be the third kid. So he doesn't know anything and runs off looking. I mean, that's kind of, they're not really going to be doing much. It's kind of, I'm going to roll until it's one of their turns and they can
Right.
figure something out to help you. But you have an army of little spies now, so that's cool. Okay,
One of them could roll a 20. You don't know.
exactly. Well, hold on, I didn't get to roll for him yet. I was fussing with it. Why is it being this now, though? Why? I don't want you doing what you're doing and existing. Stop that. Shush. Okay, fine, I'll do it later.
Sure, the GM can eradicate children from existence, but not us.
God, didn't you get? Okay, so no, the kid doesn't knows how to do it. Not over here. Die. Okay, I've killed the child. I mean, okay. Okay, so that's Waskava's turn and child number 3. So now it's Auntie.
I heal myself for. I cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level, which is automatically 21 hit points because Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
And then I will also start, like, I grab a bag of chicken feed out of my 80 pounds of it, start eating it myself, and hobbling over this way the entire way, being like, Arizu, you want some chicken feed, honey?
Ooh,
I have some. Like, she's looking right at you.
what? See you? Or is there something that lets Auntie see him?
I rolled my perception check, and when you did the sound thing, and I was kind of looking over everything. So
Yes.
yes,
Okay, and that also you have the birdseed. So Katsu, birdseed,
yeah,
birdseed.
yeah. And I'm sharing it with Katsu, but I'm right here. My 30-foot cone is out of healing. I'm just like, Arizu, you want some?
All right, I'm gonna roll for another child now. One is the one up here, and yeah, nope, there's no gray dude over here. So now it's Alaris.
Okay, so I am in a cone of
It's
silence.
gonna pay off eventually.
Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
can-
it is.
So I can
One of
see
these two little
Auntie is
clowns.
walking forward, but I can't hear anything. So I'm gonna go.
No, yeah, you can
5,
see Auntie
10.
moving. You can see Katsu run up to her, but that's it.
All right, so I should be able to get out of the silence.
It's centered on you.
20
Silence
foot
doesn't work that
radius?
way.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Darkness does, but silence does
Well,
not.
that's next turn. I started
Yeah.
with silence.
Okay.
That's a shame.
So I'd like to investigate again to see if I can see him.
Go for it.
Don't think I can.
Yeah, roll again. Chester,
Sorry, I was reading something.
I know you.
What do you want me to roll?
Another stealth, please. It's okay. I was renumbering the children with my janky. It looks like a kid wrote it. That's fitting. My handwriting with a mouse.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
I lost track of him.
yeah, no. You had him, Auntie, and then
Like, I looked down.
yeah, you got distracted by Katsu. 'Cause
I went to feed Katsu. Now,
You were
where's
like,
that
"Who's
young
Basically, I was
whippersnapper
sitting Indian style, and I just like laid back in the grass.
Yeah, he doesn't move. He's just kind of like, I'm gonna settle right here, like a sunbather, but for emo darkness. Just gonna soak in the night. All right, Alaris, would you like to do anything else?
So it was my action to investigate, right?
If you want. I'm not being picky with this. This is all for fun.
Yeah, no, I'll just kind of keep moving forward.
Okay.
10, 20, 30.
Because you know the sound wasn't behind you before all sound disappeared.
Yep, so I'll move to there, and that'll be my turn.
All right, Arazu. Hi, are you joining? Why are you being so fussy? I know you have food in your bowl. I know you do.
I will go ahead and do as promised, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop darkness on her with with another couple key points here. Let's see. So there's another two key points, and now there is that sphere of darkness.
Okay, and that's a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's 15 foot.
So where is it centered?
You said that one I could put on her, right?
Yeah, you just choose an object she's wearing or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do that with silence earlier?
Nope.
Lame.
No.
Mm-mm.
Because they
Silent
both say a
area.
point you choose within range. They both say the same thing for target.
Yeah, but there's where was it?
20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range.
Well,
Yeah, if the point you choose is on an object you are holding. Oh, you can't actually do it on her. Sorry. You
Yeah,
have to do
you
it
can do it on you.
you
Gotcha.
and carry it and have something you carry. But
Okay. So whatever it is she's got in her hands is now
well,
the
no,
center.
it says
No, you can't.
can't.
Yeah, it actually says that it can't be carried by somebody else.
it can be carried by you, but it can't be carried by somebody else.
Does that
Okay.
differentiate between being worn by someone, like
It specifies it isn't being worn or carried.
Right. So he could drop it, cast it, and then pick it back up.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. I will go ahead and center it on me then. Sure. Actually, you know what? On the dagger that I borrowed from her,
Okay.
which I think she's in
So
range
there's
of
a
that anyway.
giant
So for all
15
she knows, it is centered on her, but I think she's in range. Oh, it's 15 feet, isn't it?
Yep, just barely
Lame.
above it.
Yep, you're just
Well,
out.
you could move forward though
Yes.
if you're going to do that. If
Yeah.
you want to catch her in it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Step forward.
I'll actually stand up before I do it though, and like I will walk.
You could totally just like.
We're like, hey, there he is.
Yep, I stand up and I walk to like here, and then just blanket darkness.
God, you're fucking Naruto. You're ninjutsu garbage. I love it.
How
so
do the kids react to that?
they lose their shit.
Well, especially because number 8 is in the darkness.
So is
So is
7.
number 7.
Yeah.
So 7 and 8 start fucking running. They don't know where, they're just running. So 7 and 8 run until they're not in the darkness anymore. The ones who aren't terrified by suddenly losing all sense of vision think it's the coolest shit and start running towards it. So, oh my god, what's over here? And now it is time for a child to have a turn because I realized I forgot them. Why can't I select to move number 2?
They're like, I bet he's over there. Do I get a snow cone?
Oh my god, yeah, wait. Whichever one I roll now is the one that says that. Okay, so number 4, who's down in the corner, points at the sphere of darkness and goes, he's over there! He's over there! I want extra sweet milk! And yeah, that's the child's turn. So now it's Wiskava's turn.
Okay. So Wiskava
You may rebuttal the child.
sees the 2 kids take off, sees the one running toward kind of in the direction of anti-dream gaze. So she figures she's got that one. She's going to run towards this one. She does on the way give the nice like, yeah, I saw that to the 4th one. I gotcha. We'll get you later. And she'll run over here and she'll just be like, it's okay. It's just a spell. That darkness can't chase the light from your heart.
It's kind of looking at you like, you're crazy, but this is oddly comforting. Thank you.
And I'll give the kid a hug.
Okay. Hug you back. It only reaches like your upper leg because tiny child, giant orc.
Oh, well, I'll kneel down. But yeah, even then, it's still like ridiculous
Full
with my
armor
big old
hurts,
mitts.
but I like the hug.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Okay. Anti-dream gaze will look at the children running around the giant sphere of darkness, the big hole. And we'll be like, somebody's gonna get hurt if this doesn't stop. Arazu, sorry about interfering on this spell.
So the darkness vanishes immediately. Arazu is still standing there. Or wait, did you say
with Hilarious' dagger still handled towards her.
where'd my darkness go? Where'd my friend go? My old
And that's my turn because I can't do it.
Okay. Alaris?
But I do also like any of the kids. Like it is like holding back the kids from running anywhere near that darkness or that giant hole.
Oh yeah, no, they don't want anything to do with it. They
Yeah,
eight
so
runs over by Florian.
Arazu has my dagger hilt out.
handle towards you.
Okay, so I reach for it and go, I think I've got a pretty good idea of some of your abilities, and we seem at this point to possibly be scaring the children. Perhaps we should end
No, that
this for now.
was awesome. The ones running towards it think it was Waller.
Yeah, they're going to be in melee range far too soon. So thank you for my dagger, and I'll put it away. And that was quite interesting. You have some very stealth-related abilities.
Evasive coward, baby.
Are we done? Or are we still going?
That's up to you guys. Is that your turn, Alaris?
So that is what Alaris has said aloud, that she thinks we should stop at this point because the kids are potentially
Losing
going to be
their shit.
getting into dangerous situations between us. We've
Yeah.
entertained them far too much, and now they want me to get involved.
Fine. So, Arazu, your turn now. Conveniently, do you want to go get like a cough drop or water or something? Your cough like.
No, I'll wait and see what we do here.
Well, it's your turn, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
Perfect
I
time.
mean, basically, it's if he believes that she's being genuine in this, the game has ended.
For
Think so, yeah.
Alaris, she was genuine. She honestly thinks that because the kids have started to run forwards towards us, that it's too dangerous of a situation for them, and she is stopping.
Alaris is the straightforward one.
Arazu just kind of like offers the slight bow and then proceeds to walk.
Auntie will be like, if anybody needs some like medical aid, please gather round for a second, please.
Yeah.
Arazu's basically just gonna double move whatever over to be with the. He's gonna sit down beside what was the
Florian.
Florian
Mhm.
and adopt a meditative position and take a short rest, unless he's interrupted by Wiskava.
Okay. So what you'll notice if you look over at Wiskava, so she's hugging the kid, and while she's hugging it, she looks over at you, but you can't really see her face because she's got her full helm on, which pretty much covers most of it. But you can see on her shield the snake face that's in the middle of her shield is just like got this like sour pouty face look on it.
She didn't get a good fight.
But then she says,
Amy's good.
well, wait. Children, shall we continue, or are you too scared?
Make a charisma roll. Children.
Just straight charisma?
Yeah. Or if you want to persuade.
Okay. Yeah.
Children are usually pretty easy to persuade, actually.
Oh my God, that's a shitty roll.
Yeah, but they're children. Number 4, the one who called out to find Arazu first, is like, what? Can we still have shave ice after?
Oh, of course.
Children, at this point, Auntie will pop up. Children, Auntie Dreamgaze, we can get shaved ice right now. We all just need to kind of back away from the giant fighting pit.
But 4 is particularly torn. 7 was the one who got scared earlier. And if Wiskava says it's okay, they're fine and they'll run back out of the circle. 6 was up there too. 5 will return. So 4 and 6 are confused. You're both now trying to persuade for different things. Both of you roll.
Okay.
Auntie and Wiskava, unless you want to convince each other.
Well, no, my charisma is shit. So there's yeah.
I don't know.
So she'll just start walking towards Arazu. Are we done?
Arazu
I
was
rolled a
already
5
sat
on my
down, pulled his
persuasion check,
position,
so-
and closed his eyes.
The kids want to keep seeing the fighting. 4 comes over here though to help keep an eye on Arazu because that got them a snow cone earlier. They want to keep tabs on that sneaky bra.
Well, if no one else seems to be wanting to fight, she'll turn back to the kids and be like, I kind of want to see what you can do. It's your little swords. Just be careful. That's your turn.
They proceed to do the most kid fighting.
Beating
It's
the crap out of
mostly-
each other with wooden weapons.
Yeah, it's mostly just wild swinging. A
The
couple
little girl's like,
And
I'm
the-
the crazy witch.
Yeah, a couple of the older ones have some form, but the younger ones in particular just start mimicking what they saw you guys do. So like they'll like do poofing motions to summon magic weapons and
Oh, it's
you know,
There's one kid that's just like
Like,
standing in the back, cowering.
yeah, no, number 4 in particular is like really keeping an eye on Arazu, and when he sits and meditates, so does 4. Sits down cross-legged and like leans and watches like that really obvious kid mocking thing, like I'm part of the group.
When because I have 1 second level spell slot left. When one of the kids looks like they're trying to summon a spiritual weapon, Auntie will like under her shoulders like summon a faint spiritual weapon right in front of it, and then have it like flicker out.
That'll be 7, and she absolutely loses her shit.
That one's gonna
You
grow up to be
guys!
fortress.
Yeah, so if one of them is mimicking either the radiant light Wiskava did or any of the shadow things Alaris did, I'm going to use prestidigitation to do a harmless effect to mimic it for them when they make the motion.
That's what 8's doing. So 7 and 8 are doing those things. So they're the ones fighting right now. And yeah, just kid sparring.
I am now down to only my first level spell slot.
And now the GM announces the ambush
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
The Knowles attack and eat everybody.
with
Oh,
children to
children
defend.
Yeah, children first. What's the thing? Remember children first.
Well, what's really bad is Auntie will probably actually hang around for a little bit with Beacon of Hope still going on. If any kid looks like they actually get hurt, we'll probably spend a first level spell slot to healing word it.
They've done this enough that nobody like breaks a bone or skin even. They do this often enough, they're just playing around.
The little snake face on Wiskava's shield just has the biggest, stupidest grin right now.
The little snake smile, your little faces. They're so cute. It's such a bad rap.
Stubby fangs instead of sharp fangs.
And then Auntie will hop on to Katsu, make sure the kids are all right, and heading to the part we left off last time we played.
Yeah, so you guys show up to guys the same as usual, the same as the end of last week,
Yeah.
just a little more tired.
I do bring them more shaved ice. I leave, come back with shaved
I was
ice.
gonna say, yeah, you swing back to the shave ice and around. Here, I'll go back to the map. Yeah, so you swing back to get the shave ice instead of just head straight back. So you were. Why won't it let me? Why is it not cooperating? So yeah, you were fighting here. You come back around, get shave ice, and then go up to guys. Not the most efficient path, but it gets the job done. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Wrong layer, wrong layer,
Yeah,
wrong
you're on
layer.
the map layer.
Oh, that's why it was. Okay, I'm learning. But yeah.
Alright.
So there you go. Anyone who paid and crafted anything has that now.
Yay.
I
Make
have my first pet. Yay!
Make notes on the sheets that I have access to so that I don't forget that you guys have this now. I feel really bad that Chris couldn't be here and get a cool, fun thing now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, he'll get whatever you.
Yeah. I mean, he's already got really cool glasses.
Yeah.
They're the stupidest.
I mean, most of us shot before.
yeah.
I-
This was all just kind of more flavor stuff, it seems like.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Plus, I got
And
the
we
cat.
spent 3 hours not going anywhere. So
Yes.
that's some awesome GMing right there.
No,
That's really good.
no.
No, that's a really good way to like deal with the missing people.
This
like-
is
That was awesome.
yeah. In the future, we can keep doing this because Tuesdays seem to be a bit tumultuous, and if people can't make it, it might be a little harder at certain points in the plot. But once we start, it's really these first few sessions where you need the information you're going to get for the rest of it to make sense.
Right.
Right.
So that's the only reason I was like, if we can play, we just can't continue. But in the future, yeah, we can just keep doing this because
Just asides of.
Yeah, well, it's fun, and I like seeing you guys enjoy this nonsense.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
log off.